Hey, chat, how you guys doing? Oh, wait. Let me calibrate the model so I'm actually looking at the screen instead of looking off to the side, because that always happens for some reason. One sec here. There we go. Now I'm looking at you, chat. I'm looking right at you. Looking into your soul. Alright, let's see what we got here. Stream, I got like 20 windows open. Alright, first off, we got Patty Quinn in the house. How you doing, Patty Quinn?
Welcome, valued customer!
Jerry! How you doing, Jerry?
The more the magicer!
Yeah, we got Fractured. We got my favorite filter, Fractured one. How you doing, Fractured? I only got 2 of these, so these are gonna get repetitive.
Welcome, valued customer!
What soul? That's a good one. Man, I wish I had it. There's a clip of Squidward that would be perfect for this. Well, if you guys remember the SpongeBob bit where SpongeBob's trying to get Squidward to eat the Krabby Patty, and he goes, "It's good for you. That thing is a heart attack on a bun." No, I meant good for your soul. And then Squidward goes, "I have no soul." Man. What a show. What a show. Whew. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. I think, and I hope, that most of it will be interesting for you guys. Where do we want to start? I kind of want to wait. I'm hoping that would work, yeah. Yeah, I am hoping that Slosh pops in. Oh, dang it, kick spam. You know, what's really annoying is that on Twitch, if you set banned words, then the banned words are actually, like, just not shown on the stream. On the other hand, if I ban a word on my kick, it just stars it out. It doesn't actually remove the chat. That annoys the heck out of me. What the heck? What? Why is kick like this? It's like how Rumble is functionally worse than YouTube in so many ways. And that's something we're going to get into at some point today. But, yeah, so we got a bunch of topics. I don't know, Slosh sent me something, and I kind of want to react to that. But I don't see him here yet. So I kind of want to wait for him to pop by. So, let's see. Rudimentary coding. Yeah. I think it's just laziness, Jerry. So, let's see. Do we want to start with something serious? Chat, you know what? I'll make a little poll here. Start a poll. Do we want to start with something serious or something funny? And then the options are serious, funny. Okay, there we go. Lack of assets. Alright. Start with big booty Latinas. Did the Latinas do something funny, Jerry? Did AOC do something funny? Are we gonna laugh at it? Did AOC do something funny to laugh at? Well, you know what? By the way, I added some new music to the background rotation, so let me know if it gets too loud or if you guys are curious about it. Rip the band-aid for serious, then end on a funny note? No, we can do that. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Yeah, because we actually have like a couple of serious things. I don't know if we'll get to the last one. But there are 2 really funny ones. One of them is short. One of them is really funny. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. At least if you're nerds like me. Jerry, I think you're into coding, so I think you'll enjoy the second one. But all right, so let's get into. You know what? We'll start with something a little easier. Glad to hear it, Patty. Not bad. Warm. Yeah, it's very warm here, and I forgot to turn my AC down. So. Whew. But yeah, okay, so let's start with something a little bit less, I guess, serious, something that affects us directly a little bit less, but is important nonetheless. So let me go ahead and get into media. Alright, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I hope the music isn't too loud. Let's see here. Just I have like a super wide monitor. So, Chad, I have one of the. Before I even get into it, I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. I have a Samsung. What is this? Well, it's a 32, 51, 20 by 1440 monitor. So I have, I think it's. Okay, this is something else. Okay, so it's not this exact monitor, but it's the same size and shape. So I have this monitor. So it's huge, right? It's massive. It's basically the size of two 1440, two 1440p standard monitors right next to each other. Like, it's massive. This is a massive monitor. And it's still not big enough to hold all the windows I need for my stream. Yeah, exactly. So it's like having two monitors, except it's one monitor and it's curved. And for gaming, it's awesome. And I've like, I'm using Windows Power Toys too. So if you guys aren't familiar with Power Toys, let's see, Power Toys here. So if you're on Windows and you're not using Power Toys, you absolutely should be. It's so cool. They have a ton of useful stuff. So one of the things that I'm using here is, I think, Fancy Zones is what it's called. So I can snap things. The way I have it set up is that I can snap windows to a third of the monitor. So I have like a center window, a left window, and a right window. And so they're all snapped. So like what I'm showing you right now is sitting in the middle, and then got YouTube on the right, then I got the I got like my OBS and chat and stuff on the left. But yeah, I'm still tapping between windows. It's crazy. Hey, Fallen Angel, how you doing, buddy?
The more the magicer.
$20,000. Sorry, $2,000. Yeah, it was something like that. I bought. This isn't the one I have. I have a slightly older one. I bought it in like 2020, I want to say. Samsung makes like really great high-spec hardware, but the problem is that their firmware is always complete crap. So when I'm playing, I think it was Doom 2016, there are some areas of the game that are really dark, and it causes the monitor to like flicker a bit. And this is a known issue, and Samsung never bothered to fix it, which is really annoying. But other than that, it's an amazing monitor. Yeah. Yeah, the heart emoji. I love that. Yeah, it is really practical. Like, it is handy. So if I'm like coding on my, I don't use this for work. I only use this for personal stuff. But if I'm like, coding or working on something open source or whatever, it's really nice because I can stick like, my coding window in the middle, my browser on the right, and I can put like, Discord or whatever I'm doing on the left. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy monitor, but it was worth it. It is something I'm glad I bought. Like, if I could take a photo of my gaming setup without doxing myself, I totally would, because it is completely insane. Like the monitor, I'm not even using like the standard monitor stand here. I put the whole thing on like a mounted arm, so it like kind of leans down on me. It's really nice. And then I got another little baby monitor underneath that I mostly just use for like volume control and stuff, because it's like a touchscreen monitor. Yes, Power Toys is the best. Yeah, it is so nice, and it's even open source, so I really appreciate it. Yeah, Fancy Zones are always on top. Yeah, I'm actually using Always on Top for my for this what do you call it, the Stream Ninja overlay. So really handy. If you guys want something like that to snap your windows around, I highly recommend it. Hey, Sergey, how you doing, my man?
Welcome, valued customer.
I was just talking about how I have this, like, crazy big monitor, and I still have to tab between windows when I'm streaming, because I just have that many windows. Man. Good. Yeah, glad to hear it, man. Alright, so let's get into probably huge monitor. It's a tremendous monitor, Sergey. The biggest monitor, greatest monitor. You've never seen a monitor this big. It's a crazy monitor, okay? Tremendous monitor. It's bigger than you, bigger than me. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. And he said if my monitor's small, something else must be small. Well, I guarantee you, there's no problem down there, okay? There's no problem down there. Alright, so, let's get into... So I figure, let's talk about this one first, before we get into the more, what I would call a little bit more of a personal... Not personal, but like, something that affects us more directly. Like China's ripping us off a trade. They manipulate the currency. Okay, they're terrible, terrible people. And I used to, I think I might have told the story once before.
We also,
but I used to back when Rocket League was still like a huge thing. My buddies and I, we would go on Rocket League and play, and I would. You know, you can type whatever you want in the chat in Rocket League. So I would type random Trump quotes. And I think at the time my name was Bush Did Nothing Wrong, like my Steam name. And so I would type things like when we were down in points in a game, I'd type things like, "We are losing." And then like a second later, I'd type, "In trade." And it was just very entertaining at the time. All right, so let's get into some of the serious React slop here. Polls at 50-50. That was me. Yeah, that would be funny. You have a 62-inch TV? I forget if mine is 50 or 60 inches, but something like... Oh, no, you know what? I think it's 55 inches. But I'm not sure. I wanted to get a little bit of a smaller one just because of the viewing distance. But yeah, I got one of the... Oh, is a monitor. Well, that's crazy, Jerry. That's crazy. I assume it's 4K, so yeah. I think that's still actually fewer pixels than the one I have because my super wide is like considered 5K, I think. You're like 1 minute from this. I mean... If you got a 4K monitor, Jerry, you might be fine with what you have. Mine, yeah. It's on 4K, so you side-by-side chat, YouTube chat, no SRS. 1 meter. Okay. 3 feet. Yeah. Yeah, but keep in mind that your TV then has a much higher resolution. So this, like I said, this monitor is basically two 1440p monitors next to each other. What you have is basically, I think it amounts to 4 1080p monitors, basically in a square configuration. Patriot Act is, yeah, it's been such a disappointment, man. Bush did nothing wrong, yeah. Well, I don't think he did much of anything. I think he just kind of stood by and let Cheney do most of it. Bush did nothing wrong. You probably ran into me back in the day. Oh, maybe. This would have been like, what, like 2017 or something? Back when we were doing that? So, who knows? Could have been. Could have been. Huge TVs are so cheap these days. Monitors with less than 60 FPS are very expensive, though. Yeah. Thing with TVs, though, is that I don't think any TV, at least I've never seen any TV, that goes above 60 FPS native refresh rate. They'll go up to like 240 frames per second, but that's like with their frame interpolation. But they don't naturally support anything above 60 FPS as far as I know. Yeah, 4 32-inch full HD TVs. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, but when Bush was around, there was peace and no terrorists on the streets. Yeah, Yeah, but you got to remember what happened after Bush was around. You know, not everything. Just because it happens during doesn't mean that it's all going well. I think, yeah, now there's like, yeah, now there's shit in AIPAC rules, Palestine riots, all over the globe. Well, you got to remember, a lot of this was because of Bush's own policies. You know, a lot of the stuff Bush did actually caused a lot of this. Maybe not so much the AIPAC stuff, but definitely like a lot of the Middle Eastern nonsense. But yeah, so I figure the first thing we might want to talk about here, and I'll end the poll here. The poll ended at 50-50. So thanks, chat. Thanks for being so decisive. But all right. So we'll start with this. I'll probably skip around a little bit. But so maybe I'd influence, but this is what cost us. Yeah. Oh man. They're like if Jews formed jihad. I don't know. I'm thinking we might be getting close to bringing back our German hero, the German folk hero from the 1940s. Except I think this time when he rises, he will rise because he couldn't find his Eva Braun. But don't give me hope. Well, we'll probably be dead by the time it happens. He was Austrian. Yeah, I know, but he, I know he's officially Austrian. Is Austria... I always forget. Is Austria still its own country currently, or has it been absorbed into Germany? Okay, it is still its own country. Okay, I didn't realize that. It is, yeah. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, he's from Austria, but he took over. Used to be the huge Austro-Hungarian Empire. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, basically he took over Germany and everything that's related to Germany. It's kind of like how what you might call Soviet, everything that was part of the Soviet Union, you might refer to it as Russia, even though a lot of that stuff is split off now. Then they lost World War I and got split. Yeah, exactly. And then you know, he took over Germany and a lot of the surrounding stuff, and then it split up again. It's like Britain, it may be a real country on paper, but we all know better. Yeah. Britain, the United Caliphate. Then pre-World War II, Austria joined Germany. Yeah, okay, yep, makes sense, exactly. Yeah, so, you know, we think of him as German because, like, that's kind of the core of what he ruled over. Similar with Ukraine, even though they went independent. Yeah, I think Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union originally. Or, not originally, but initially. And peace condition for World War II was that Germany and Austria is to never join together as a country. Ukraine was Poland. Okay, that's interesting. You have a meme? Alright. Well, that's interesting. Post it real quick and tag me. Alright, you can... I guess you can just, like, post it in Melee chat or DM me or something. Yes, it was, yeah. Cool. Okay, yeah. Alright, that is interesting. Yeah, I don't know as much about European history. I probably know more about American history than anything. But before the... Okay, gotcha. So before the Soviets, Ukraine was Poland. That makes sense. Alright, so let's see what Fallen Angel wants to show me here. I see him typing in Discord. Epstein. Alright, let me copy and paste this somewhere. Or actually, you know what? Just copy the link and show you that way. Oh, why is it not copying the link? There we go. So that's the meme he wanted to show me. Nice. But I don't know. They're kind of running free, Fallen Angel. It's funny because oh, there are certainly parallels. It's the Muslim equivalent, I guess, because you know Epstein Island, I would probably call I would probably call it more of a Jewish island. To be clear, chat, I do not get APAC funding, and I don't think I ever will. Okay, so let's get back into it. So, Louis Rossmann has started an organization to dismantle the DMCA, and I really hate the DMCA, chat. I really, really hate the DMCA. So if you're not familiar with the DMCA, it is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. It is the reason that all our copyright laws are so bad. I mean, well, it is the copyright law. And it is the reason that we have so many problems with our copyright policies. So Louis is talking about... I'm not sure if he's talking about Fulu itself, which is the new organization that he started recently. I think it is. So basically, I think what he's going to be saying is that his organization Fulu is fighting against the DMCA, which is great. So if you care about owning your stuff rather than just buying a license and all that nonsense, this is what he's fighting for. Your brother lives in Scotland, so you get direct first-hand accounts of this. Yeah, I remember when Scotland was going to vote to go independent, and they voted not to. And I was like, congratulations, you're still part of the UK. It's just so sad. Especially when you remember the Scots when we were playing Samurai Jack. You remember the Scotsmen, right? That's what the Scots used to be. They used to be all manly. But, alright, so let's get into Lewis's video here.
Also have the duty not to infringe the IP rights in the process. It is in fact the manufacturers who have the relevant rights, not consumers.
From a standpoint of intellectual property, where in God's green earth or the Constitution are any of those designed to be rights that belong to the manufacturer rather than rights that belong to the owners of those two John Deere tractors?
Last month, I did a video on Echelon Bikes and Future Home. These are two companies that sent out firmware updates to their products that connect to the internet that disabled functionality that used to be free at the time of purchase. With Future Home, they sent out a firmware update after they went bankrupt that said that you have to pay the new company we're creating $117 per year if you want to have all the functionality that you had before we sent out this firmware update. Echelon Bike sent out a firmware update to their exercise bikes that disabled the bike from working with third-party software. When you use the free version of this, you also would get ads on it, and hey, look at this, they have a subscription model, imagine that. I don't pretend to speak for everyone.
So, what he's talking about here, basically, is that these were products that people purchased with the expected service being you would own your stuff, right? This would be just something you bought, and then you would have direct access to this thing, whatever the service is, in perpetuity. There was not supposed to be anything keeping you from using the service once you have paid for it, the initial product. Then, these companies sent out firmware updates to those products, and now they've locked the product behind a paywall, and you have to actually pay a subscription for something that you already bought. So that's what he's talking about. They got 12-year-old girls carrying machetes and axes. Yeah, that's true. One thing worse than Canadian is being British. I don't know if there's a difference. Probably still rather be from the northern hemisphere than anywhere in the southern. Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Nah, I just bought a license to use. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about that pisses me off. Australia's not that bad. I don't know. I've heard a lot of stories about Australia. And isn't everyone there either the Aboriginals or descendants of British prisoners and jailers? Licenses are good for things that are purely IP, but we're talking about tractor engines. Yes and no. I still think that if you buy like a game, you should still own that copy of the game. Yeah, you don't own like, the intellectual property, but you own that like copy, the digital copy or physical copy, whatever it is, of the game that you bought. You should own it. You know, it shouldn't be like you just bought a license and then they can take it away whenever they want, all that. All the Commonwealth is FNBS, Canada, Australia, India, all the British non-rebel dominions. Yeah, well, I mean, well, India, I don't think India is actually part of the Commonwealth because they declared independence. Not sure about Australia, but I know Canada is still, like, technically under British rule. Yeah, like, I think Canada is still under the crown. I just think Australia was literally a criminal island and is still better than South America. Yeah, and you're a Chilean. So you would rather be in Australia than in Chile? Not anymore, but yeah. Yeah.
Everyone, but I don't want to see ads on a fucking treadmill. It's a personal preference of mine. That's why when I'm at the gym,
I mean, he's got a point. I don't want to see ads on I don't even use a treadmill, but I wouldn't want to see ads on mine either. Chile is actually good. Well, the women are probably more tolerable down there.
If I see Fox and MSNBC on the television, I'll find the remote, change it over to a live stream of my koi fish. And if I can't do that because it's not a smart TV, that's what Mitch Altman's TV Begon is for. A lovely open source device that ensures that I'm never advertised to at my gym. People are getting tired of this nonsense. So Fulu Foundation, a nonprofit started by myself and Mr. Kevin O'Reilly, the executive director, a man without whom we would not have a lot of the right to repair progress we have today, he and I announced a $20,000 bounty for the first person who puts up a repair for this. Now, there's a reason that I use the word repair here, and it's very important. When you see words like illegal hacking or breaking digital locks come up, these are words that have been set forth by our adversaries, by people that don't want us to own what we bought and paid for. When he does that, that's a business model. When I say I want the device to be able to work again, that's considered illegal hacking. That man is an asshole. And I don't accept the premise of assholes, nor do I choose to use their vocabulary, because the moment you start using their vocabulary, you have lost the battle before you even finish your sentence. What
he's talking about here is very true, and it applies to more things than you might realize. He's pretty much talking about controlling language. So, you know, the 1984 Newspeak, I don't think that's necessarily what he's intending to talk about, but it's effectively what he's talking about here. Because when they control the language, when they control how you speak, then they control effectively they control what you can say. And slowly that starts to control what you can think. Because if you don't have the words to express your thoughts properly, eventually you don't have the ability to think those wrong thoughts. It's expensive, and that's why it's kind of a secret until you start getting Haitians and Venezuelans. Really? Yeah, I hadn't realized that.
This bicycle used to work with third-party applications. They sent out a firmware update that stopped it from working with third-party applications. That's a bug. That belongs in a bug report database. Mr. Richard Witherspoon III fixed it. As a result of his repair, he won a $20,000 bounty. And I'd like to show you the bicycle working with his app.
This is my project with the firmware fixed branch. It is now working.
Basically, this guy found a way to bypass one of these bikes, so Lewis gave him an award. So he's just showing off how it works, but it's not really pertinent to what we're talking. You think it's more Brave New World with sprinkles of 1984? No, I think it's the other way around. I think it's 1984 with sprinkles of Brave New World. And I say this because remember that in Brave New World, anyone could get laid anytime they wanted to, just about. At least here in America, you cannot do that. Unless you're like Giga Chad.
Now, I know a lot of you are probably rushing to the comments section right now looking for the video description. Where can I download this, Lewis? This is great. Thank you so much. I can't wait to fix my bike. And I'd love to see you fix your bike. But there is no link in the comments, or the pinned video comment, or the description. Because what he did is against the law. It's illegal. He broke the law. And he broke a law that could get him put in prison for 3 to 5 years, if he shared it with all of you. Section 1201 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, otherwise known as the DMCA. 4 letters that always seem to come up when somebody's ruining your day. I promise that was not supposed to rhyme. That just came to me. This law has a provision, Section 1201, that says that if you bypass a technical protection measure, otherwise known as a digital lock, you have broken the law. And if you show other people how to do that, you've broken the law to the point where you can be put in prison for 3 to 5 years. I am not kidding. If you don't believe me, read this paper from Harvard Law School's Cyber Law Clinic. Now, there is an exemption.
Yeah, so this is actually a serious thing. People don't realize just how disgustingly heavy-handed this stuff is. So years ago, there was a guy named George Hotz who did a lot of the PS3 jailbreaking. GeoHot. So he did a lot of jailbreaking for like PS3 and all that. And he did it successfully. And Sony like sued him massively. Here we go. So there's like a huge lawsuit, yeah, back in 2011 when he basically figured out how to jailbreak the PS3 and do a bunch of stuff with it. And he is part of the reason that the PS3, if you remember, the PS3 originally had the ability to install Linux. So his jailbreaking is part of the reason that they got rid of that. Of course, that resulted in another class action lawsuit. I think I got like $5 out of it because my PS3 got that firmware update. But yeah. So yeah, it can get pretty bad. It is actually very ridiculous what the DMCA, what they can do with the DMCA. And people just don't realize it.
Exemption to this for repair, but that only applies to personal repair. Every year, everybody has to go to the Copyright Office and say,
Please, may we be able to fix our devices? Can I just get rid of the ads on my treadmill without going sent to El Salvador?
it's pathetic. It's sad that we have to go through this in a free country to be able to fix what we bought and paid for. But we do. And every year, luckily, there is an exemption process where we fight back and forth with all these people like this guy.
We also have the duty not to infringe the IP rights in the process. It is, in fact, the manufacturers who have the relevant rights, not consumers.
So what he's saying about the DMCA exceptions, yeah, they are temporary. They're yearly. So just about everything that is an exception in the DMCA, they have to renew that yearly, which is a real pain, which means that those rights are not, your right to own your stuff is not guaranteed. It can go away any year.
Consumers.
And this guy.
I just put into my Google search engine, hack my Xbox drive. Here's the one that comes up first. If you're tired of paying $60 for a new Xbox game or waiting years for them to get cheaper, you should probably mod your system. That's literally the first thing that comes up. Flash the drive to allow you to play discs that violate the copyright. Is this a vector by which people can use it? Well, literally that's the first thing that comes up on your Google search when you put in hack your Xbox.
Null of the forums constantly spurs about things like these. Yeah. Yeah, and reasonably so. And I mean, you know, Null has his issues. He simps way too much for the BPD roasties on the farms. But, you know, things like this, yeah, it makes perfect sense. It is something to spurg about if you care about owning your stuff. And then you get boomers like this talking about, like, hacking your Xbox. His show is about lolcows, but he always ends up talking about DMCA banking security. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I never watch Lolcow Live, or is that what his show's called? No, Mad at the Internet. I never watch Mad at the Internet, but yeah, it makes sense. He goes off on a lot of stuff. But yeah, then you get boomers like this talking about hacking your Xbox, not realizing that what he clicked on is probably like just a scam site.
Xbox drive. In this case, Google is your friend. Find the answer, hack your drive, flash it, and run discs that you want to play for less than $60. It's right there. First output.
I would encourage Mr. Reed to go ahead and give that site $60, and then they're going to sell your credit card number on the blacknet. It's a scam. There isn't such a hack. There are a lot of wonderful sites that will trick you and make you think that they will help you hack your Xbox. They'll happily take your credit card number and then not help you hack your Xbox. The Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 haven't been cracked. So that's a non-issue.
We fight back and forth with all
Physiognomy. Well, I don't know. The annoying boomer was probably better looking than the second guy, but the second guy was more based. Although he did get one thing wrong. I believe the PlayStation 4 has been jailbroken. But then that might be an old video, so.
With all these people who think that we should not have the ability to fix what we bought and paid for, and we win. But the problem is that this is only a temporary exemption, and it's only for personal repair. He can fix it for himself, but if he shows you how to do it, that's not part of the exemption. He can go to jail. This is like saying you're allowed to cure cancer, but if you show anybody else how to cure cancer, that's punishable by 5 years in prison. This is a...
Just the second guy? This guy? Yeah, maybe. Still, though, I mean, this guy is the one on the right. That's the thing. Yeah. Well, all I'm gonna say is this guy is, this guy is the one I have to support here because the boomer was boomering. So.
Part of the exemption. He can go to jail. This is like saying you're allowed to cure cancer, but if you show anybody else how to cure cancer, that's punishable by 5 years in prison. This is a horrible law, and it needs to be reformed. There's a lot wrong with it. Now, I know many of you are probably saying, Lewis, I don't care what the law says. I don't care what Harvard law says. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way somebody would end up in prison for that. He should fight that. And yeah, if it was me,
See, that's the thing he's talking about. What he's talking about here. People would end up in jail for it. That's part of the problem. Is that the government loves throwing people in jail for the tiniest of crimes. I mean, of course, if you're like very rich and then you commit like really heinous crimes, then you just get like a slap on the wrist. Maybe you get your own private island. Lots of women. Maybe women that aren't old enough to be women, but everyone else, the government will just throw you in prison without a thought because they make money off you.
I'm not married, not like I'm putting money towards my kid's college education. What the fuck do I have to lose? I'd be happy to do that. I'm crazy, so I'd be willing to do that. But most people are not, at least not as crazy as I am. And it's not me that would be being asked to do this, because I'm not the one that came up with the solution. Richard is. And when your average engineer hears that there is even 1% legal ambiguity over whether or not they could be sent to federal prison for fixing a treadmill, they say, never mind, fuck out of here with that shit. Which is the...
As an engineer, I can confirm. Now, I've never, jailbroken a system or anything like that, but, if I did, I know that I wouldn't want to risk my freedom. So, if you're in the Epstein list, you're not in jail. Alive and well in Israel, well. Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anybody on the list. They're never going to release the list, and I don't think they will. Supposedly, the CIA made some deal with Mossad or something, and so we're never getting the list. So, now, as for whether or not Epstein is alive and well in Israel, yeah, I could be convinced. I certainly believe it at this point.
The sane and standard response from normal people that have lives and family and don't feel like spending 3 to 5 years. Because again, legal fees? You can always go fund me legal fees. Can't go fund me away out of prison. If we want to be able to claim that the United States is land of the free, home of the brave, not land of the free, trademark, terms and conditions apply, then there needs to be no legal ambiguity that when somebody fixes a treadmill or fixes an air conditioning plug-in on an application for a thermostat, that they have broken the law. There should be no legal ambiguity. The world that we live in should be one where if I put 20 lawyers in front of me, every single one of them laughs me out of the room when I ask if I have broken the law by making a treadmill work with the application it worked with when I bought the treadmill. Or exercise bike. You get the point. There are many engineers out there that don't bother challenging this because why the fuck should I worry about going to prison for 3 to 5 years when I don't have to? The people that
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, most engineers are nerds. We would not do well in prison. So, we don't want to screw with that.
make the plugins for Home Assistant for Haier and Mazda. These people roll over the moment that they are challenged by these companies, and I understand why. Because they do not want to spend 5 years of their life in federal prison or 2 years in court because they made a free Home Assistant plugin for people to control their air conditioner. If you fix something that a manufacturer has bricked in the United States of America, you should be getting a gold fucking medal, not a legal bill for $30,000 and the potential to go to federal prison. Now, what can you do to help in this instance? That's a great question. Fulu Foundation is a new nonprofit that I've started with people who have been very, very helpful in pushing right to repair around the country. And one of the things that we'd like to do is reform the DMCA. This is a law that has a lot of issues, and the biggest one is Section 1201. We do not think that there should ever be legal ambiguity when you fix something that you own, nor should there be legal ambiguity when you show other people how to fix what they own. That is something that should be celebrated in the United States, not scorned. The concept that we're talking about here of it being illegal to break a digital lock in something that you bought and paid for, the concept of even referring it to that is ridiculous on its face. Imagine I buy my house, got a fixer-upper piece of shit, but it's got a really nice balcony. Imagine I go to the balcony, but I don't have a key to it because he never gave me the key. I go to try to open the door, and he says, you can't do that, you gotta pay me $500 a month. So I say, fuck that, I pick the lock and I get access to my balcony. Can you imagine if I did that and people showed up to take me to prison? When you buy a house, it's
Lewis, please don't give the banks ideas. Please. Because you just know the banks are going to run with that. You know they love that kind of idea. Yeah, exactly. It's insane. And that's what they do with all your digital purchases. And even your physical purchases to some degree. Everything is locked behind DRM or a subscription or something like that when it doesn't need to be.
It's your house. You own the house. As a result of you owning the house, you have access to all the rooms inside the house. You own the property, you own the land, you own the door, which means you also own the lock and you reserve the right to pick it. The same should be true of your digital devices. Unfortunately,
hold on here.
The same should be true of your digital devices. It's your house. You own the house. As a result of you owning the house, you have access to all the rooms inside the house. You own the property, you own the land.
I'm not sure that's true. I mean, considering when you quote-unquote own a house, you have to pay property taxes. I mean, basically the government owns the property. The government owns everything. You're just renting it from the government instead of from the bank or the landlord or whatever. I mean, property taxes are pretty much just rent that you pay to the government.
You own the door, which means you also own the lock and you reserve the right to pick it. The same should be true of your digital devices. Unfortunately, it's not. This law makes it so, and we need to start pushing back against this. Now you're going to ask, what can I do right now? Well, there's going to be legislation that we are going to try to push through Congress to try and get this changed, to try to get this reformed. And when that legislation comes out, we are going to need all of your help messaging your representatives and telling them why it is that you support this as often as possible. But most importantly, when we are speaking to our representatives and we are fighting with people that speak like this.
Legislation is in search of a problem that does not exist.
Or
this is legislation in search of a problem.
I want to be able to demonstrate that they're wrong. That's what ConsumerRights.wiki is for. ConsumerRights.wiki.
Yeah, those people are completely wrong, because if there is a massive problem, technically everything should be owned by the people. We're just paying for the land. I'm not sure how to interpret this, Sergey. You mean like... Are you saying you think everything should be owned by, like, the person who bought it? I don't know. The way you worded it kind of sounds like socialism, but I don't think that's what you meant. And yeah, yep, Jerry, exactly. You will own you will live in the pod, you will eat the bugs, you will own nothing, and you will be happy. Or else. I mean, property and certain things should be owned by people, not huge corporations. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem with the housing crisis, is instead of people, like individuals owning single-family homes, you get these giant corporations, investment firms, and so on buying up houses as investment properties. You get boomers buying multiple houses as investment properties. You get foreigners buying up... Foreigners shouldn't even be able to own land. Like, until you're, unless you're a citizen or at least, like, a green card holder. I don't think you should even be able to own land. Because what happens is a lot of these foreigners will come from other countries like China or, you know, Saudi Arabia or whatever it may be. They'll buy up a bunch of houses, a bunch of land, whatever it is, and then just rent it out. They don't even live there. Meanwhile, you know, same thing with these mega corporations. They'll turn homes into rental properties. And then you get boomers who are boomers. So, but yeah, with what Lewis is saying here, like the thing about showing these people that they're wrong
is in search of a problem that does not exist.
Of course, this is legislation in search of a problem.
I want to be able to demonstrate that they're wrong. That's what ConsumerRights.wiki is for. ConsumerRights.wiki is a website that lists every single instance of a company doing this shit. I want to have a simple button on the homepage, ownership revoked, that when that day comes when Kevin O'Reilly and the lobbyists that we curate are sitting in a senator's office and the guy says, is this really a problem? I can click and immediately say, here are 2,000 devices that could otherwise be fixed if not for this shitty law. I need people.
What I think would really be effective is if you could make these lobbyists and senators and all these people actually see the consequences of their actions and actually have to deal with them. Like, hey, Snap, what is up, my man?
The more the magicer.
After we're done here, I'm going to show you that restaurant I was telling you about. Oh, you can't stay long. Your lunch is almost done. Leave a like. Want to say what's up? Okay, well, tell you what. I'll show you it now then. So let me see if I can find it, because I know you're in the area. Algonia, I think that's where it is. Yeah, so this is the restaurant I was telling you about the other day, Snap. It's called Tacos El Tajín. It's a restaurant and a food truck, and it's out in the Seattle area. I used to eat at the food truck all the time, and the people who run it, they're like super nice people too. Yeah. Well, I'm showing it to you right now. So this is what the restaurant is called. So, Tacos El Tajín. It's amazing. And my recommendation here is, as I remember, they have 3 different sauces. 3 different sauces. Okay, they're not showing them. Okay, so they're not really showing the salsas, but what? Yeah, well, he lives there, Fractured. He lives in the area. But, yeah, so these guys have... Nice, I'll check it out. Awesome, yeah. And I hope you enjoy it, but the most important advice here is, with their food, I always just got, like, a simple burrito. Regular burrito here. And, you know, the food is fine, but what's really special about this place is that they make their own salsa. And they have 3 salsas. They have a mild, which is like a salsa verde. It's green. Then they have a medium, which is red, so like a salsa roja. And then there's like a hot, which they always put in like a yellow bottle. That one's also red. The best salsa is the medium. Get the medium salsa. It is amazing. I've never had a salsa that good in my entire life, and I've never been able to recreate it. So I highly recommend, whatever you get, I highly recommend getting the that medium salsa that they have. And if you do try it, let me know if you like it, because I love this place. I'm not sure if I ever went to the actual restaurant, but when I would go to the food truck, I loved it. It was my favorite food truck ever. Need to try the wet burrito? Nice. Intern's calling for you. All right, well, hey, thanks for coming by, Snap. Always nice to see you. You guys are way more Mexican than I am. The only time I ate Mexican food was when I was in the USA. Really? Huh. I would imagine that Chilean food would be similar to Mexican food, Fallen Angel, but yeah, I guess the cuisines would be a little bit different. And this like the people who run this restaurant are, as far as I know, actual Mexicans. So you know you're getting like a fairly authentic experience, or at least something close to it. It sounds amazing. Oh, it is Sergey. Like, the food is fine. It's nothing to write home about. But the salsa is what really makes it. And that's why I'm, like, pushing... That's why I'm telling Snap to try the salsa so much, because the red salsa, it's just so good. It was so good. What I would always do is I would get the burrito, I would get the burrito, and then I would just like get a whole bunch of the of that salsa, and I would just drench the burrito in the salsa and eat it with a fork and knife. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. You love Mexican food, yeah. Oh, I love Mexican food too, Sergey. It's my I think it's my favorite cuisine. If you can get your hands on either a Chilean hot dog or some Chilean sweets, I'd say get them. I'd say other dishes, but it's hard to get them done right. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, where I live, I don't think we have a ton of very, like, specific cuisines like that. We mostly just have, like, Mexican, Chinese, that kind of thing. You know, one of the worst things is that I don't think there is really any Mexican fast food. Like, there's Taco Bell, but that's really Tex-Mex. But there's nothing like... There's no experience like going to a Mexican restaurant. But the thing is, if I'm going to eat at I don't want to, like, eat at a Mexican restaurant, because that's just kind of... I don't want to be the weird guy sitting alone at a table scrolling on my phone while I eat dinner. If I'm going to do that, I'd rather just do it at home. So whenever I go out, I only ever get fast food. But yeah, I wish you could get like more traditional Mexican food takeout, because I love Mexican food. I actually make my own salsa. It's really good. It's not as good as these guys' salsa, but it's good. You want to see if there's a location in Canada, Sergey? Unfortunately, this is like a this is like a family business. So they only have the one location. Well, it's the one location and then a couple of food trucks that they have in Seattle. So Chilean cuisine is heavily influenced by German cuisine and stuff. Okay, interesting. I would have figured Argentinian cuisine would be most influenced by German cuisine. Hint, hint. Yeah, Sergey. It's local. But if you ever do visit Seattle, I highly recommend this place. The food is just plain amazing. Well, the food is good, but the salsa is amazing. But, yeah, back into oh, this is an unfortunate pause frame. But back to Lewis here.
I need people to help me curate that website. I need people to help write articles on all of this. We have an article for Future Home. We have an article for Echelon Bikes. We're going to have articles for many, many more. There are thousands of articles on the site right now. We're going to demonstrate that this is a problem, and we are going to do everything in our power to reform the DMCA. There should be no ambiguity when an engineer fixes a thermostat or an exercise bicycle that there's a chance of him going to federal prison as a result of what he did. We need to change the law, and Fulu Foundation is here to try and make it happen. But it can't happen without the help of all of you. There's a newsletter. I'm going to link it in the comment down below.
So if you want to check this stuff out, these are the links. You know, you got fulu.org/newsletter and consumerrights.wiki. So, you know, if you want to help out with his initiative, which I highly recommend if you care about this stuff, and you should, because the DMCA is a complete disaster. Chile is a secret place. That's why it stayed so good for so long. It was the best country in South America and everything. Now, secret is out. And we have immigrants and leftism, you know, the rest. Many such cases, Fallen Angel.
When this law gets presented, we are going to ask you to show up, to speak to your representatives, to email them, to call them, to do everything in your power to get that pushed through. And if you think that doesn't do anything, think again. I got a message while I was doing this video on Signal, sitting there in my notifications unread right now, that the hearing on those AI-powered surveillance cameras has been canceled because so many people signed up that they said, fuck it, we're done with it. Your voice matters. You have a say, but you have to use it. And you have to be willing to put in the time, even if it's only 10 seconds to use a contact form or pick up a phone. It does something. People didn't even show up to this hearing. They probably simply saw thousands of people signed up to say we don't like this particular piece. It only works if people write the articles so that we have the evidence that we need to be able to present arguments that counter the bullshit that these people say. Are you willing to help me? I hope you are. The guy who made the Future Home one, he doesn't live in the United States, so that one has a little bit of a happier end to the story. You'll hear from that soon. There are people in Congress right now that are champions for this type of legislation, that believe that you should be able to fix what you bought and paid for, that think the idea of going to federal prison for fixing something is ridiculous.
If I remove from my BMW, at least during certain models, I remove the radio, unplug it, and then plug it back in, simply because I was fiddling around with the dash.
Can't believe this guy's not stealing my bike. I mean, Fallen Angel, Lewis is... I think Lewis is a rich guy at this point, so... he has no reason to steal your bike. I think he built his own e-bike. There's a first for everything. Yeah, no. Lewis is... I don't even know why you would think Lewis would steal your bike. He doesn't even look like he would. Also, this congressman, I think I've looked him up. So I believe that is... Oh, Issa, yeah, there we go. Darrell Issa, who is, I believe, a Republican. Doesn't say on his page, but so this is the guy that we're looking at here, that we're seeing call out the nonsense. Okay, yeah, Republican Party. Yeah, I figured. 'Cause I know his name, that's why. Yeah, so this guy is the congressman that we're seeing talk here, and he's in favor of what Lewis is talking about. So, yeah, nice to see a congressman not trying to keep us from being screwed over. So what he's giving here is just an example of like why the inability to repair your stuff is ridiculous. Genetics is a strong thing. Yeah, but I don't know what genetics you're talking about, Fallen Angel. Lewis is a Chad.
I now have to go back to the dealer to reinstall it. Similarly, the transmission example, I've got 2 John Deere tractors. One's got a busted engine, the other's got a busted transmission. Currently, they will prohibit you from moving the transmission from one to the other. From a standpoint of intellectual property, where in God's green earth or the Constitution are any of those designed to be rights that belong to the manufacturer rather than rights that belong to the owners of those 2 John Deere tractors?
So those are a bunch of...
I mean, he's got a good point. The fact that, like, if you have 2 tractors, one has a broken transmission, the other one has a working transmission, but something else is broken, it is completely ridiculous that it is illegal to move the transmission from the one tractor to the other, so you have at least one working tractor. It's completely insane, and this guy, who I assume is a lobbyist for John Deere, is defending it. And, you know, not to rag on someone's appearance, but if anything, this guy is someone shifty looking to me.
Different situations, and so I think there would be underlying facts that differ with each, right? So we started on the iPhone, and I was going to point out that
I think this guy is a Ralph-O-Mail, chat. He's a real Ralph-O-Mail.
iPhone will actually give you the tool to synchronize it. In those other situations, I don't know the business justification for it, but if it's not an IP problem, like how is that an IP problem, right? So if that's locked up with the TPM and you have to bypass the TPM, well then that's a violation of 1201. So that's how they can lock.
So what you're saying is that Congress has created impediments to the right to repair. Mr. Roberts, would you say that is correct? That in fact the right to repair, were Congress never to have done anything since, you know, George and Thomas were our presidents, so to speak, knowing those 2 presidents, we'd be able to do things we're not able to do because they're now prohibited by acts of Congress.
We're going to work with them. We're going to work with every single person in Congress that believes this is bullshit. Because this is one of those things, one of those small issues that really does transcend the left-right dichotomy that we have going on right now. Whether you are a Republican or a Democrat. I've never met a Republican that wants to see an ad get stuffed into their treadmill. I never met a Democrat that wants to see ransomware installed in the thermostat. This is bipartisan. We're going to ensure it stays that way, and we're going to win. But that's going to happen with the help of all of you. Are you with me? If you are, newsletter. Sign up. Help me out when the time comes. Thank you very much for taking the time. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.
We also
Yeah, so that's what's going on with Louis Rossmann and the DMCA. I'm glad he's fighting the DMCA because the DMCA sucks. So, really happy to see that. Alright, so next up, let's see, we want to do something serious or we want to do something funny? You know what? Let's jump to one of the funnier topics. So now we're going to get into, if you saw the title, we're going to jump into the network femboy AIDS. Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing now.
Imagine getting hacked by a virus called Gay Femboy. Yes, it's actually a real malware. Be careful if you decide to go searching more info about it. Do not put a space in there. And as
so, chat, was I clickbaiting? Was I clickbaiting, chat, when I said network femboy AIDS? Because we got a virus, literally malware called Gay Femboy. And I know how much our friend James loves the Gay Femboys, but you don't want this stuff on your network.
And as for what this malware actually is, it's a botnet malware that targets networking hardware, especially like routers from Cisco, TP-Link, and others. Now, the name of this malware strain actually comes from the literal text string that it sends to its command and control server as a registration packet, basically saying, hey, here I am, I'm a new device on the botnet, and it literally sends the text Gay Femboy as that.
So, when this virus phones home, and it says, I've joined the botnet, it literally identifies itself as a Gay Femboy. Chat, Nick Fuentes has made a virus, apparently. This is the Nick Fuentes virus. What a timeline.
The creators of the malware definitely leaned into the theme, though. If I'm being honest, it's actually kind of hilarious. For example, when it initially executes the malware, it prints the string twinks and
prints the string twinks.
And the string to activate its backdoor functionality is meow meow. And
oh,
No! No!
Are you?
No! No!
Are you joking?
No! No!
Are you joking me?
Meow meow. Which means it's not just a Gay Femboy, it is a cat boy. It's a cat boy. Okay, this has to have been created by some Nick Fuentes fan. It just has to. I can't think of it. I just don't know what else to think here. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is the Groiper virus. Don't let the Groipers infect your network, chat. What did you walk into? Sergey, you missed the topic change? We're talking about Gay Femboy virus. Yeah, in the title I put network femboy AIDS. We're literally talking about a piece of malware called Gay Femboy. And it uses the string meow meow when it activates its backdoor function. So its backdoor... Oh, okay, I got you. You were doing it, Aaron. Yeah, it's backdoor, chat. It's backdoor. It has a backdoor. And it uses the string meow meow to activate. So it's not just Gay Femboy, it's Gay Cat Boys. Yeah, exactly, Sergey. So I'm thinking that maybe someone involved with Nick Fuentes must have made this virus. I mean, this is just amazing.
And even for the domain names of the command and control servers, just read them for yourself. It's
This has to be. Yeah, this is just hilarious. This is amazing.
basically one big shitpost in malware form, except it actually does do damage. Fortunately, it does not target desktop computers. You're not going to be having to explain to your boss or parents why your computer's been infected with the Gay Femboy virus. Rather, the malware is for adding networking hardware to a botnet for participating in DDoS campaigns, distributed denial of service attacks, where basically they take over as many computers and devices as they can and kind of hide in there. And then when they get a command from the central command and control server, then they all send one massive wave of data continuously towards whatever target. And because it's so much data that the hosting provider gets overwhelmed and then just takes down the site. And
so basically the point of this malware is to create a botnet, and then, which takes over a bunch of computers, and they'll send traffic to, whatever site. This is basically a way to do a DDoS attack. So it's a way that it's how 4chan used to take down sites, but I think they would do it a little differently.
And because it's from a bunch of different legitimate IP addresses, it's really hard to block and defend against different DDoS attacks like that. There are companies like Cloudflare that do that, but it's a thing that hackers will charge money for. Now, this particular strain of malware is actually based on a different one called Mirai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And it was actually originally seen earlier last year, but has evolved over time and become a lot more advanced since then. It's able to get a foothold into all these different devices by exploiting vulnerabilities that are specific to those different manufacturers. So
Mirai is a fairly well-known one. That's a fairly old piece of malware, as I remember. So it seems like it's just based on that. So these guys didn't write their own malware, which makes me think even more that maybe this really could be like a Groyper virus or something.
So it's not just one vulnerability. All of the vulnerabilities it uses apparently have been patched in the past. So basically this is a result of businesses not keeping their stuff up to date, but still. And it also doesn't seem to be targeting any particular business sector individually. I'm guessing it's just whatever routers they find that happen to be vulnerable. Now, as for what it does if a device is actually vulnerable, initially it's able to run a command through that vulnerability to have it download a downloader script. And then that downloader script then downloads the main payload of the malware, which then runs and establishes itself. When it's initially executed, it does a lot of different tricks. For example, it will actually check for other malware infection, and also another one called maintained delay like that. And if it's too far off, it might assume of the current date compared to what it expects. And if it finds out it's been infected,
so he's just kind of explaining how the malware works, which we don't care about.
Temporarily disabled itself. I guess in the case of like a rollback, like if the business finds out it's been infected, does a rollback, but the malware is still on there, the malware will actually kind of deactivate temporarily so that the business might think it's good and then reactivate later. So if you work in an enterprise environment, definitely make sure all your equipment is up to date. You definitely don't want to have to explain this one to your boss. But for regular home users, you probably don't have to worry about this one.
So the one thing I would recommend, chat, is make sure that your router firmware is up to date, because it sounds like this targets routers. Now, I don't know exactly which models it targets or anything like that, but you should keep your router firmware up to date, just in case they patch any vulnerabilities like this. So that's my recommendation there. Just so you don't get infected and become a member of the Catboy Ranch, I assume. So that was the gay femboy segment. Alright, so next up, let's move back to something serious. So let me see here. Alright, so you guys are probably aware of, if you don't know him, there's a guy who hangs out in the Melee community. What? I didn't copy. For some reason, stuff just doesn't copy sometimes. Alright, here we go. So, if you guys don't know, Star Wars Marvel Purist, he's someone who hangs out in the Melee community. And if you're not aware of the situation, I'm sure a lot of you know him, but if you're not familiar with the situation, his channel was taken down by YouTube with no real warning, basically no anything whatsoever, and that's why I'm showing his Rumble channel here. So this was, I think, last week. His channel was just abruptly taken down. And if you don't know Purist, he talks about like old Marvel stuff. He talks about Star Wars, and one of the things that he is very upset about, of course, is Disney's modern Star Wars. So, he talks a lot about that, and he talks a lot about people that he believes are like shills and such in the Star Wars community. That sort of thing. And so he believes that it could be, what took his channel down could be a copyright strike from someone named Carly King. Now, I don't know if I'll play this video. Yeah, it's a long video. So I'm probably not going to go through the whole thing. But basically, it seems like his channel was hit by this this Carly King person.
Live streams and
it could have been hit by this Carly King person. Why is it such low quality?
one shill.
But anyway, yeah. So Purist has been Purist's channel is gone from YouTube, and it was taken down a couple last week. Worst of all, they gave him no warning. They didn't do like a 3 strikes or anything. They didn't, have him do like, oh, you did the copyright and take the course, or like here's a strike, here's a warning, anything. It's just his channel was just wiped. And when he tried to find, let me see if I can find the post here. Yeah, here we go. So I posted about this myself. So, Twitter does this if you don't log in. So, basically, let me see if I can just kind of... let me see if I can just, like, paste a screenshot or something, so I can just show you guys. Graphics. This will do. Alright, so this is the original tweet thread. So yeah, Purist's channel got deleted after potentially being mass flagged. He tried to get YouTube to have a human rep look into it, and he appealed, and they pretty much, and as he says, in less than 25 minutes, it was declined, which means that most likely a real person did not look at this. And YouTube has not outlined the final decision, so YouTube gave him no reason. They gave him absolutely no information on what happened. And as he said, 0 strikes in 22 months to complete deplatforming in 1 day. And I actually tweeted about this, saying this is why creators are so frustrated with YouTube, because no matter what you do, it's like talking to a brick wall. And that is a big part of the problem, is that I think almost everything at YouTube is automated away. They use AI now to pretty much do everything. So most likely a real person never saw his appeal or his channel. It was just automatically taken down. So I did chat with Purist privately a little bit. I'm not going to show it. But, so as far as he knows, he doesn't actually know if it's mass flagging or DMCA or what actually took it down. And like I said, they didn't give him any information whatsoever. So he did, and to make things worse, he did try passing off his channel, passing off his channel to a friend. So his friend made a new YouTube channel, which was Bane of the Shills. But it seems like that was also taken down by YouTube, because if there's one thing YouTube is good at, it's banning people. So this was the other channel. Okay, it's gone, I guess. Well, anyway, so they took down his, you know, this new YouTube channel, which is a real problem. So yeah, this Bane of the Shills was taken down as well. And it's really infuriating because YouTube will just ban people randomly, but they're not going to do, you know, they don't do anything about, I'm sure you've seen all the like spam bots, porn bots, all the, like weird book spam bots in the comment sections. They won't do anything about that. So if you go into a comment section, you'll see a bunch of like weird posts like, oh, I didn't know anything about this until I read some book by whoever. And it's like really obvious spam. YouTube doesn't ban anyone who does that, apparently. And same thing with like those like weird porn spam bots, you know, the ones that like have those weird profile pictures that like look pornographic but they're not when you zoom in. And they all just say vague things like, oh, great content or something like that. You see those all, you see that kind of stuff all over huge channels. YouTube doesn't do anything about that, but they'll ban this guy with no reason given. And so that, and yeah, I wanted to mention that because I know that is something a lot of you guys probably know him or follow him. His Rumble is still up. He has rebranded. He's still over there rebranded to Bane of the Shills. So if you want to go find him on Rumble, since he's unable to be on YouTube, I will paste a link to the channel in the chat. Let me just make sure that this is Alright, so let me paste the link in the chat for you guys in case you want to go follow his alt. So, yeah. So that's Purist's case, but he's not the only one that's getting hit with things on... he's not the only one that's getting hit with problems on YouTube. So, there's another, like, huge channel that is getting into... that has gotten into trouble here. And this one's not just YouTube. They were hit by another corporation, but we'll go here. So, Gamers Nexus. Well, if you're not familiar with Gamers Nexus, they are a journalism outlet, effectively.
Well, clearly we...
Now, they're a huge channel that does journalism for, like, game tech, stuff like that. So, they made this huge video, and it's actually this video, but it was... This is the video, by the way. It's called the NVIDIA AI GPU Black Market. This is a backup video. Yeah, so it's just a backup video that was reposted. Basically, Steve, that's the name of the guy who runs the channel, he and his team at Gamers Nexus made this massive 3.5-hour documentary on what's going on with basically NVIDIA GPUs getting sold to China, even though they're not supposed to be, something like that. And what happened is this video got copyright struck by Bloomberg, of all places. And what makes this really bizarre is that Bloomberg really has no case here. And YouTube just let this happen, which is why I'm saying that it's not exactly the same as Purist's case, but you know, Gamers Nexus is also getting screwed by YouTube and their terrible DMCA policies. This very important, huge video was just taken down for like I think it's like a 30-second clip of Donald Trump talking. So I won't go through the whole Gamers Nexus video, but I will go over the relevant parts here.
Clearly, we struck a nerve. Go figure that when you cover crime, corruption, and money, it upsets people who like money. This is Bloomberg. Bloomberg likes money. I came out here at 5 a.m. this morning to make sure, and it sure seems like they have a lot of it. Bloomberg filed an illegitimate and invalid copyright strike against our 3.5-hour-long movie about the AI GPU black market earlier this week, and our attorneys have prepared a response, but it's written in legalese.
Yeah, and so the thing is, Gamers Nexus being huge, they're able to afford attorneys to like fight these things. And you know, Purist is a fairly small channel in comparison, so and that's not even Purist's main job. So there's not a whole lot he can do about his situation. But at least in Gamers Nexus's case, they're able to kind of stand up to this. But even then, they're going against Bloomberg. They're not really dealing with YouTube anymore.
And I thought it might be better to explain our response to Bloomberg to our audience by using a more universal language.
I mean, that is a great response, you have to admit.
Now, the safest thing to do would be to accept the strike, wait 90 days, and then say nothing of it ever again. But first of all, I've got New York's angriest defector who's saying this.
I hope that Steve Burke goes to Bloomberg and gives them a piece of his mind. I hope he has to speak to their legal department. If they don't solve the issue, I hope he finds a lawyer. If he doesn't find a lawyer,
I like how he has the Clippy come up. That's perfect. I miss Clippy.
Find one for him. Because this is bullshit.
Hopefully he doesn't copyright strike me. And secondly, does that sound like us? To just say nothing of it ever again? You can get a free copy of our movie, Operation.
Yeah. So if you want to check out the Gamers Nexus movie, you can do that. You can either donate to the store and get like a backer copy of the video, that kind of thing. There are also copies floating around. So, you know, if you choose to support them.
Operation. Bloomberg said it wasn't appropriate to call them with questions. They must prefer the old-fashioned way, face-to-face conversation.
Whatever's out there, stuff like that. Please don't come from breaking into your business. That's all.
But they're the ones who brought us in.
So, in short, in this video, basically, since Steve and Gamers Nexus tried to call Bloomberg to settle this, they said, well, you can't call us for that stuff. So then they actually flew out to New York and went to the Bloomberg building to try and talk to them in person. Kind of as a troll, but, you know, obviously they weren't able to get up there, so.
You placed at minute 22 until...
So here's specifically what
Bloomberg
happened.
filed a copyright strike that deleted our NVIDIA AI GPU black market smuggling investigation video from YouTube. They claim the reason for this is that we had an attributed clip of US President Donald Trump speaking about the unban of NVIDIA's H20 GPU, placed at minute 22 until 23:15 in the video, which includes some of our own studio recorded voiceover. The clip we included is absolutely 100% within our fair use rights for inclusion and is not a creative work by Bloomberg. It is not copyright infringement. It's allowed. This was an abuse and continues to be an abuse of the copy strike system on YouTube by Bloomberg. Our attorneys have sent Bloomberg a demand letter and have filed a counterclaim with YouTube. YouTube has accepted our counterclaim, which means our video will go back online in about 10 days, unless Bloomberg produces evidence to YouTube that it has filed a lawsuit against us. Presently, they haven't done that. When we reported on what the United States President said and used the TV clip to prove he said it rather than just ask you to take our word for it, it was newsworthy, transformative. It included reporting and criticism, conveyance of news, technical context Bloomberg does not provide, especially given its tragic history with fucking up the Supermicro story, and even included parody near the...
So basically they included a clip of basic news coverage with commentary from Bloomberg for like a minute in their 3.5-hour documentary. Bloomberg hit them with a copyright strike. YouTube, of course, did absolutely nothing because YouTube doesn't do anything to help creators. So YouTube pretty much always backs the strikes. They don't back creators. And so now they're fighting it out legally with Bloomberg, which is, you know, it's crazy. They're big enough to do that, but it's kind of a crazy thing to have to do. And the belief here is that the reason Bloomberg did this is to promote their own video, which is much worse. So Bloomberg did a similar video to the Gamers Nexus one, but it's not as they didn't really get anywhere. I think Steve covers it here.
2. Abuse of this system also acts as a suppression, because if Bloomberg doesn't intend to file a lawsuit, it still gets the benefit of suppressing us for around 12 to 13.
Steve, so this is what I'm talking about with YouTube here. It's a real problem on YouTube. YouTube treats its creators very, very poorly in this sense.
Total days, which obliterates video momentum even if it does go back online. And it certainly helps them drive more views to their competing video in the meantime. You can see here that their views per day dropped by 50% within just a few days of us publishing our AI GPU investigation. The first full day we were offline because of them, their traffic increased by 13% within 20.
So isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? So they copyright strike the Gamers Nexus video when they have their own video, and suddenly their views start going back up. Almost as though they might have done this on purpose.
AI GPU investigation. The first full day we were offline because of them, their traffic increased by 13% within 24 hours, which is very abnormal for a video that's already been up.
So it goes into, yeah, here's let's go a little bit more into detail on the failed competing video here.
Our video because it recently had a failed attempt to do what we did successfully. It flew all the way out to China to try and find AI GPUs and server racks, failed to do so, had its access revoked, and then filmed a bunch of footage of sand in a desert. So could it be because of their pathetic botched attempts at doing what we did when they flew out to China, were unable to find anything they went looking for, filmed a bunch of sand in a desert, failed to provide any answers to the questions they were asking, and then came back empty-handed? Bloomberg's own viewers certainly had questions. They wrote things like this. Why is this a story? Bloomberg's big investigation is just China's building some data centers. We don't know what chips they use. Groundbreaking journalism. If you don't know, then you don't have a story. Reporting without any information. WTF? I thought they would actually show us real chips being used. Worthless information.
Wait. I like that. I like that last comment there.
Any information. WTF? I thought.
So you didn't read the whole comment, but this one's really funny. What the fuck? I thought that would actually show us the real chips being used. Instead, they're just showing unfinished buildings and have random people making speculations. They even throw in an Asian guy to make it look legit. Hello, Asian guy. Yes, the chips be fake. Yes, chips are fake. That's amazing. So even the comments on the Bloomberg video are roasting them. Because I haven't seen the Bloomberg video and I have no intention of it. But yeah, that sounds hilarious. If they tried to do what Gamers Nexus did, couldn't get anywhere, and then tried to make a video anyway with basically nothing of substance.
I thought they would actually show us real chips being used. Worthless information. By the way, that information I found on satellite maps as well without wasting so much money. And the best one, quote, the entire video basically, Bloomberg don't know. So while...
That's amazing. That's amazing.
We don't know exactly what Bloomberg's motive was. It certainly seems like not knowing is enough of a foundation for them to publish a story. Maybe it's not, because their video gets more views from copyright striking our video. Maybe also it's just a coincidence that the first time Bloomberg has a problem with our reporting, it has to do with what we think is underground government corruption by NVIDIA, which just happened.
So he does go into a couple other reasons here, and I won't spend a ton of time on this, but he goes into a few reasons. There are some like NVIDIA ties with Bloomberg, and Bloomberg's actually got some pretty heavy advertising, I believe. Oh man, that is a hot reporter. Let's see.
NVIDIA's products, and in particular, its AI products that we've frequently criticized. After all, CEO Jensen Huang frequently appears on Bloomberg. He even had a trip content goes through great lengths to market and financial interests.
Yeah, so Bloomberg has a lot of sponsored content from NVIDIA. This is probably a big part of Big part of things too. What else? Yeah, so the ties to China. We know Bloomberg has ties to China. That shouldn't be surprising. Apparently, potential ties to PayPal, politicians, all sorts of things here.
But we did get one really hard-hitting interview with a notorious street gangster. They call him the Pigeon. Sir, what do you think about Bloomberg? They're right across the street, sir. Yeah.
Nice.
No comment. No comment at all. And even though neither interview subject would speak to us, including this more important one, it's not like this was a wasted trip.
What now, Steve?
I didn't really think that far. I don't know. Like, we could get pizza and then get home before 5 p.m.
Okay, let's go then.
All right, New York pizza. Besides, it was pretty cool meeting a few fans around New York and learning.
So that's the Gamers Nexus case. Dirty Rotten Pigeon. Yeah. There's something called a... That reminds me of like a phrase, stool pigeon. What does that mean? I've heard that before. Is that a stool pigeon? Decoy, informer, spy. You know what? That was probably a stool pigeon. That's what it was. It was a stool pigeon. So, yeah, so that's the Gamers Nexus situation. They are also getting screwed over by YouTube, and even more so by Bloomberg in their case. But YouTube is also part of the problem here. Now it all makes sense. Yeah, maybe that pigeon's the one who struck Purist's channel. But yeah, so I posted a link to Purist. Basically Purist's Rumble channel in the chat if you want to follow him there. Let me also post a link here to Gamers Nexus if you want to follow them, because they do really good work. So I'll just post Gamers Nexus. They do a lot of good work, hardware reviews, tech news, and stuff like that. Well, gaming tech news, I should say. Obviously based on the name, they're gaming focused, but they review GPUs, CPUs, gaming hardware, that sort of thing, and they do a lot of cool stories on it. Plus, I mean, look at this guy. Look at Steve here. He has beautiful, beautiful hair. His hair rivals that of Melee James. I mean, just look at that. Just look at that hair. It's amazing. So check these guys out if you like gaming hardware reviews, news, and stuff like that. But yeah, so a lot of people are getting screwed over by YouTube again lately. You give the thumbs up, I'll give them a go. Yeah. And the content may or may not be for you, but at the very least, they're worth checking out if you're interested in that kind of hardware news and such, because they do a lot of interesting stuff. So they've done some pretty massive
Today
stories.
we're investigating.
So, this is one of them. One of the big ones. So don't buy NZXT. So this one was about 8 months ago. So that was what? Sometimes if you hover, it shows you. But 8 months ago. So I think this was like December, January. Basically, NZXT. Hey, Paul Adokin, how you doing, man? Let me play this for you.
Welcome, valued customer.
Okay, I can't do a salute. My arm can only go up to like my chest. But hey, how you doing, Paul? I saw you guys were streaming earlier. Hope you're doing well. How is The Witcher 3? Yeah, the combo. Yeah, it was Witcher 3 you were playing, right? How is that? I've only ever played Witcher 1. I don't know why. I played Witcher 1. I got all the sex cards. And then I never got around to playing 2 or 3, which is funny. I remember when I was playing Witcher 1, I told a friend, like, I got all the sex cards in Witcher 1, and I was telling a friend of mine who's a big Witcher fan at the time, I was like, I wish it were this easy to get these cards in real life. Because in real life, I got no cards. But in the game, I got all the cards. It's fun so far. Nice. Glad you're liking it. Yeah, I do miss the I will say I do miss that style of gameplay that you had in games of that era. Because nowadays, most games just aren't like that. You know, everything is either Souls-like or it's turn-based. You don't get that, like, good, solid action-adventure game kind of feeling. I don't know, Witcher's a little more of an RPG, too. But you don't get that, like, really fun cinematic action-adventure game anymore. Like Witcher, Arkham, those kinds of games. But gotta level up in real life. Yeah. Sergey, I've been trying to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice for like the last week. I don't think I've lost any weight, but I think I'm doing it. But you know, yeah, getting the nice RPG of a Skyrim feeling in The Witcher. Yeah. It's I can see that for sure. Although you know, Skyrim has all those mods. I don't know if Witcher has mods. Yeah. Well, thanks, Sergey. Yeah. Well, I was trying to get better. But yeah, so Gamers Nexus did this this huge report on NZXT. So what NZXT was doing is they were effectively renting out PCs that were, I think, low spec. I forget the exact story, but basically they were. It was
Today
like a
we're
predatory
investigating
rental scheme for PCs by NZXT. So, okay, yeah. So what was going on is they were renting out these PCs, which were a terrible deal to begin with, and they were actually switching out components for cheaper components when you rented them. So basically, false advertising. And then they also did stuff like paying influencers to advertise them. If I can find it. Ah, yeah, here we go. They're paying a bunch of these influencers to market their NZXT PC rental thing.
NZXT.
Here's a rapid fire roundup of the misrepresentations and sometimes straight up lies of NZXT's influencer army.
It actually makes kind of sense. They have zero strings attached.
With no strings attached.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
And no commitment.
There is a commitment. You literally have to pay or they'll send you to collections. In fact, there's...
Yeah, so false advertising, paying influencers, and, you know, I guess now you know which influencers you can trust, or I guess now you know more of the influencers you can't trust from this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I also hate that style of advertising. It's kind of annoying. But, yeah, so NZXT was basically scamming people, is what the story's about. I don't even know. I think they might have ended the rental program. Yeah, so another guy, Jay's 2 cents, he's also fairly good. He confronted the NZXT CEO about the program. So yeah, Gamers Nexus does like really solid reporting on a lot of this stuff. So let's see, documentaries, factory tours. I wonder if it's in here. Yeah, so he's got some stories on like EVGA. If you guys remember EVGA not collapsed, but they shut down their GPU division when they broke away from NVIDIA. Okay, they don't have their big stuff in here, but yeah, they're a little hard to find, I guess, but they have. Oh yeah, they called out Linus Tech Tips a couple of years ago for some of their crap. Yeah, there's the NZXT scam. There was they're talking about Alienware, Asus scamming. So Asus has been scamming people, or at least they were with their like repair program. There's a company called Artesian Builds. This is a really entertaining video more than anything, just because watching this meltdown of this Artesian Builds guy. But yeah, so they do a lot of good reporting. So if you want to check them out, I did post the link in the chat. And yeah, they're worth watching. But yeah, so I think that does it for the for our other serious segment today. So, all right, the last one, probably the last one here before we get into the game, because I do want to save a little time for the game. We haven't gotten to Psychonauts very much lately. So this next bit is something that Slosh sent me. I wish you were here. So apparently this woman with a... Oh. So apparently a woman with a nose ring, because they always have nose rings, films herself ripping up an old copy of Playboy magazine with Donald Trump on the cover before eating it. So, let's enjoy some, oh, and it's the septum piercing, chat. It's the septum piercing.
Can't believe I shaved my dick for this.
Ripping magazine ASMR. Yeah, well, it's also eating magazine ASMR. Why would you eat the... Yeah. Okay, she spits it back out. Yeah, seems like normal. Would you date her, chat? Would you? Because I wouldn't. Can you fix her, chat?
No, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway.
TF2 women do... Yeah. You probably... Oh, Paul, no! No, Paul, no! Paul.
No! No! Are you...
No!
No! Are you joking?
No! No!
Are you joking me?
Oh, Paul. Well, so am I, Paul, but no, come on. Come on, you can do... Come on. We all deserve better than that. Absolutely. No, stay away. Stay away. No. Brain.exe is gone, yep. You want that again, Jerry?
Can't believe I shaved my dick for this.
Yeah. The question why comes to mind, but also, hell no, septum plus tats are big enough warning sign for me to stay away. Yeah, well, I find them repulsive. I find them very off-putting, but at the same time, I do like crazy. The problem is that she's not hot enough to be that crazy. Well, so do I, Paul, but, you know, I mean, she's not nearly hot enough to be as crazy as she is. Like, you know, if we're talking crazy, she's got to be like, you know. You know, this is the crazy that, you know, I want crazy. When we talk crazy, I want the, oh, god damn it, stop that. Well, we're talking crazy, you know. Oh, come on. Well, okay, good enough. This is the kind of crazy I want, okay? She's got to look like this if she's going to be crazy. She's got to look at least something like that. What would this do, really? This is not going to stop Trump from being president? Oh, of course not. It's just some kind of protest. If she's not hot, then she'll do anything and would be grateful for it. Oh, you would think so, but... You'd think so, Fallen Angel. The problem is that thanks to the hoflation, you got these, like, 3s or 4s, whatever you want to call her. Whatever you want to rate her. You got these, like, very low-quality women who think they're 10s. So even they're stuck up. Just go to a library for several days or places that sell books to find a couple. No, you know, I'm not convinced, because I'm not convinced that... Heck, I'm not convinced that people these days know how to read half the time. But this was just very entertaining. Slosh sent it to me. It's too bad he's not here. Sergey, come on. Come on, Sergey. You're being too nice. You're being too nice, Sergey. You're being too nice. But, so Slosh sent me this. Too bad he's not here. But, this kind of reminds me of, you guys remember, it was Nancy Pelosi ripping paper. Yeah, that's what it was. Say 5. I still think she's like a 4. Yeah, you guys remember this? It was a Trump speech from, I forget when exactly it was, but I guess like 5
And
years
my
ago.
fellow Americans.
So 2020. You sweet Nancy bags. Oh, Paul. So you're a fan of Nancy Pelosi, huh? Okay, well, let's see. I'm gonna curse your eyes, chat. Nancy Pelosi at the beach. Is this what you want, Paul? Is this what you want? You want the grannies? You like grannies, Paul? Yeah, it's quite disgusting. Yeah. Wait. I gotta pull it back up. Hang on. I gotta pull it back up for that. Now I'll play it. With the SpongeBob meme in my eyes. I don't have that meme, Sergey. I don't have that meme. But, yeah, I don't have that one. Yeah. Fractured with the no.
Are you? No! No! Are you joking? No! Are you joking me?
Fallen Angel, thanks, I hate it. Sergey, no, God, no. And then meanwhile, Paul, yes, I'm very familiar with this picture. Paul is very familiar with this picture. Oh, man. But, yeah, so this reminded me, you know, this lady ripping up the magazine and then chewing on it. It just reminded me of this bit.
Americans, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, he gave the speech and then... and so then she, like, picks up the speech and starts ripping it.
Nancy Pelosi tearing up what appeared to be a copy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So she just, like, rips up his speech for some reason.
A stunning moment here at the end of the president's speech.
So I was just thinking of that. And it also reminds me of fat women smashing scales. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of this. Let's see. This.
This scale is dedicated to all of the women whose lives have been ruined and ruled by it. This is for us, ladies. Safety first.
I don't know why. It just made me think of this.
I'm tired of you stealing my life. I'm tired of you making me feel if I'm good or bad. I'm tired of you deciding how my day is. No more of you deciding my life. No more of you stealing life from me. This is it. I take back my life. I'm in control. I decide if I'm good or bad. Not you. I deserve a great life. This is about me. This isn't
She can't even smash it properly. All she did was take the, like, top casing off.
Oh my God. That's like better than sex.
That was wow. That was probably the most the heaviest workout she's had in a long time. So I think if you look for E cup size women, you'll get images of women with an A cup size. Oh, I don't mind as long as they're you know, petite, thin, you know, cute and funny, stunning and heavy. Oh yeah, so stunning, so heavy, stunning and brave. She is not strong enough to destroy the scale, yeah. All that weight and she can't even destroy the scale. This is what you get for telling the truth. Oh yeah, absolutely. Did she need to use your time and go to the gym? Yes, she does. Or, you know, just eat less sugar. Cause like, when you're at like that kind of weight, like the fatter you are, the easier it actually is to lose weight. because your body isn't really trying to store all that weight. So really, she just has to, like, you know, a couple of changes would probably help her a lot. Women hate objective reality. Well, yeah, we know that, of course. What are we looking at? Jerry, I believe this is what's known as a land whale. Or a ham planet. Not that she gets any sex. Never mind. Fat bitches get love too. I love fat bitches. Yeah. Yeah, she probably gets more than I do. She would be more effective just by standing on it. Yeah, probably. I'm surprised that sidewalk hasn't cracked under her. Oh, man. Amazing. Her gym is KFC. Oh, man. I haven't been to KFC in a long time. I think the last time I went, it was just, like, way too salty for me. And so I just never really felt like going again. My weakness is Taco Bell. Yeah, but cushion on the knees because the weight hurts. Yeah, well, she's also on like a hard concrete sidewalk, so there's that too. But yeah, this is just a classic. So that reminded me of that too. Whew. So gotta head out, doing another show on a show. Well, hey, makes sense, Paul. Thanks for coming by. Good to see you, man. As for us, guys, I think we are probably going to get into Psychonauts here in a bit. So, give me 1 second. We're going to grab something to drink really quick because my throat is parched. Have you seen Dick Masterson's video when he was on Dr. Phil trolling women? No, I haven't. I did see the video of the bum fights guy on Dr. Phil trolling Dr. Phil as Dr. Phil. But no, I haven't seen Dick Masterson on Dr. Phil. Gonna be right back. Alright, no problem, Sergey. Still be going for a little bit. Yeah, so I am gonna go grab a quick drink and set up for the game, and we'll be back in just a minute or two. Look that up, it's actually good. Alright. Oh, before I go.
Oh, and one more thing, fucker! Before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, chat, we are back. Let me fire up the game here, and hopefully it captures properly. Come on. As usual, OBS is very slow at capturing it. There we go. It took long enough. All right. There's a couple windows here. All right, let's get back into it, chat. Move out of the way a little bit. There we go. Dang it. I can't see that. Okay, jeez. All right, so let's get back into it. So, return to the brain tumbler after we messed up Sasha's mind here.
Okay, time to face my big diving helmet spitting personal demons.
That's the spirit.
Where are we supposed to go? Let's find Sasha's shooting gallery, or what's this level here? Oh, okay, brain tumbler experiment. I think this is where we need to go. Oh, that was an enemy. Peace. Brightness a little bit. So now what? What is happening? Why do I keep getting repelled? Supposed to face this thing, so what? Oh, okay. I guess we did it.
Hey, where'd it go? Don't tell me I imagined that whole thing.
Let's remember to beat your meat, chat. There's a crying bag. Cool. Fix some emotional baggage there. Nice. Guess we go here. Am I just going backwards? Yeah, I think I was just going backwards. So, looks like I need to go up, maybe? Yeah, the game is definitely too dark. Okay, gotta use a mouse.
You are my own creation. I command you to stop. Dang. Does that ever work?
Jeez. You know, those sensors kind of remind me of YouTube chat. This time, whatever you are. Hey, we fixed more emotional baggage. Well, it was that easy to fix baggage in real life. Let's see. I already think. Oh. I don't even know where I'm going to. Alright. Me. Oh, no. Got an arrowhead out of it. Nice. Oh, dang it. Come on. Ollie backs up. There. How do you like that? Something else up here? Huh. Okay, that's interesting. So it looks like there's a whole section up here. Ah, so it's more baggage. Oh, more of these guys. Come on. Anything else to grab? Just a couple figments here. There we go. Box tag. A lot of... Ah. Oh, cool. I got a new power. I gotta go see Ford for it. Why is that thing hopping around? Oh, jeez. Ow. think we can do that yet.
Little boy, I am sorry to say that you have a very serious mental problem. The trouble originates in this area. Here. The area that we in the medical profession like to refer to
Hey,
as...
welcome back, Sergey.
the brain. You see, son, it's just no good. I hate to be so blunt, but you have the insanity of a manatee.
I know. People are always saying that. What do you think's
Poor
wrong with my
Dogen.
brain, doctor?
How should I know? I'm a dentist. But here's what I do know. If a tooth is bad, you pull it.
But my teeth are fine.
Yep, mad brain's got to come out, boy. It's the quickest way to cure what you've got. Insanity of the mind.
But I don't wanna.
Now hold still. This will only hurt until your brains come flying out.
Get back!
Don't worry, Dogen. I'm coming up there to save you.
What is wrong, Rasputin?
No time to explain, Sasha. I gotta climb this spooky thorn tower.
Calm Angel, when we win, do not forget that these people want you broke, dead, your kids raped and brainwashed, and they think it's funny. That's the Sam Hyde quote, right? Was that in reference to something, Fallen Angel? Or are you just saying that, I forget his name, but that dentist villain? Or are you just saying that the dentist villain is one of these people that you're referring to? Once again, hey, Wingus! What's up, man?
The more the magicer!
Reference to the recent map. Ah, gotcha, Fallen Angel. Yeah, I heard about that. I still don't know which... Like, I heard it was a transgender, but I still don't know which kind of transgender. Like, which way did they transgender? Did they go from boy to girl, or did it go from girl to boy? 'Cause that always confuses me when they report on these stories, because they're never... They're always really confusing. Battlefield. Oh, okay. Boy to girl, gotcha. You see, sometimes it's the other way around because I saw a picture of it, and I thought it was the other. I thought it might be the other way around. Sweet. So projection depth increased. To get more lives. Having to chase these things around. That's safe. Fox News is talking about white male violence now. Yeah, Fox. Well, Fractured, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Conservatives are just feminists that don't like killing babies. And even then, it's like it's okay. It's okay if you like killing babies. You can kill all the babies you want. Just please vote for us. That's basically how conservatives are. And Fox News is, I mean, you know, boomer conservatives. On top of that, the world shall taste my eggs. Huh. Okay, well that's different.
Okay, what the hell was that? I'm seeing some crazy stuff in here, Sasha. This can't be right.
Ach, why did I buy the cheap brain tumbler?
I like how Raz responded exactly how I did. Fallen Angel, modern day eunuchs, tough. Yep. You know, I always say I don't have a problem with the transgenders. Be all, you know, transgender if you want to, but At least for the guys that want to be women. Don't cut it off, guys. Don't cut it off. Because you can go back, but once you cut it off, did it? Which piece of meat did I hit? This one? No. Yeah, don't cut off your meat, guys. Because once you do that, there's no going back. After you do that, it's still not what you want it to be. It's just a gaping wound. Sergey, I'm gonna tag you on Discord. It's Batman related. Alright, cool. Fractured, yep. They do put the cuck in cuckservative. Oh, missed a figment down here. Let me whack these two. There we go. Never hurts to have more money. Jerry, too soon? What, the meat joke? No. Nah, you're good. Jerry, I made the beating the meat joke earlier.
Ugh, there's no way to get any higher.
You must use your levitation power.
I don't know how to levitate.
I had no idea you were at such a remedial level.
Hey!
Lucky for you, we have one of the world's foremost levitators on staff.
Agent Mia Vodello, the mental minx.
Precisely. You'll need this oarsman's badge to reach her at the docks. I'll try to determine where this interference is coming from. Return when you've earned your levitation merit badge.
After you do that, it's straight to a Catholic school special massage operation. I mean, look, I'll take the special massage, but...
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Crawler?
Especially if the girl giving the massage is wearing is dressed like she goes to Catholic school. Let's go check out Ford Sanctuary.
Yes, no.
In recognition of your hard work, dedication, and mental agility, I'm proud to bestow upon you the official merit badge for telekinesis.
Heck yeah. I got telekinesis chat. Move things with my mind. Oh, wait. I have to play the clip chat. I have to find the clip.
We can
Hang
use
on.
our minds to grasp an object and then
Hang on.
throw it. Go ahead,
Wait,
try
stop
it
talking.
yourself.
Okay. Hang on, chat. I gotta play this for you because it's just so relevant. Hang on, chat. Give me 1 second here. Find it. Find it. You know the clip I'm gonna play. Sergey, yeah, this is random, but Twisted Metal Season 2 has been good. I kind of have an issue with one of the side characters. I'm pretty sure they're gonna die. Alright, well. I'm glad you're liking it, Sergey. Since they're kind of following the lore of the video games. Yeah, it makes sense. But chat, since we just got telekinesis, I'm gonna show you something.
Did I just do that?
Well, definitely with my assistance.
I did not just do that.
We did.
I just moved shit with my mind.
Perhaps our connection has somehow awoken some abilities.
I just moved shit with my mind.
I just keep hearing I.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind!
Chat. I can move shit with my mind. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Not that game. It's one of Kay's favorite games, Fractured. Black Girl Magic, the game. Yes, it is cringe. I'm probably gonna play it again after I finish the training segment. I'm not gonna lie. I find it very entertaining because it's like the kind of cringe you just can't stop watching.
Come on. Why did I give him that dang learner's permit? Very nice. Now set me down easy and go pick up something that won't blow up your head if you make it mad.
Ford is such a great character.
Yes. Now. Oh, good throw. Now. Let's see if you can make it through the hoop.
You sound like my dad.
Hey, I've been thinking about that. Why'd that guy hate psychics so much? What do we ever do to him?
Well, psychics killed his whole family. Cursed them and all their descendants to die in water.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cringe spoken.
Talk about baggage.
Tell me about it. And the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure he's actually psychic himself.
Ha! Cuckoo! Well, you can work on him when you get home. For now. Oops.
Yeah, Fractured, the game's only entertaining when Kay is playing it, enjoying suffering with the game like
Grab that trash
Dustborn.
can with your mind and hold it until I tell you to let go.
Yeah, that's true, Fractured. It's more fun. That's actually why I gift them those terrible games, is because it's actually, instead of playing the modern slop that comes out, it's more fun to like watch them play it, or like, you know, play it on a stream and kind of laugh at it together.
Be the trash can. Oh, great shot. Let's see you do that again.
Speaking of which, I was half thinking about getting a copy of Dustborn and playing that on stream, just for the laughs.
Now try to throw that baby right through the hoop.
I don't know. Is that something you guys would be into?
Be the trash can. Bingo! Okay, last one. Right down the center. Now, let me show you something. Pick that trash can up.
I guess we have our
aim
answer.
your toss at the side of the caravan. The side of the caravan. Kablooey! Throwing something against a wall is a little more destructive than tossing it around on the ground, isn't it? Oh no! Another one of my sensors. Now how'd that get in here? Looks like we're in luck.
You guys gonna
He
try
doesn't
the
see you
ODST
yet.
pack and hold
Why
Helldivers
don't you
2
smash him
tomorrow?
on the head with that handy trash can? Come on! Use telekinesis to
Well, I hope you enjoyed,
trash
Sergey.
can
That is
and throw it
Halo
at that
ODST, right?
sensor.
You was James playing it. How was it? I don't know. I missed it too. He played it at like 9 a.m. and I don't wake up till noon at least.
Use telekinesis to pick up the trash can and throw it at that sensor.
Halo ODST, nice. Fractured. I mean, if you want to suffer that much, well, it's only fun if you know. It's only fun if you guys want to enjoy the torture.
The trash took him out.
Because it's not a game I would ever play.
Listen, we'll work on your snappy one-liners.
Agent Cruller?
Sure. How goes the training?
The ODST stuff is just skins and some weapons that don't upgrade or customize. Okay, so yeah, okay, so there's not a whole lot to it. Sounds like.
I'd better go.
Good.
Get up here. Nice. Alright.
Where
get
would
the
you
Cap
like
store.
me to take you, Agent Cruller?
Unfortunately, it's only for Halo superfans. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like, I remember, this is forever ago, but you got, yeah, this would be like 2016, 2017, because that's when BVS came out. If you guys remember when Batman vs. Superman came out,
Drop me outside. Oh.
Rocket League had a Batman vs. Superman car in it, or that Batmobile in it. And it was really disappointing because you couldn't even customize the Batmobile. You just like pick the blue or yellow color, and that's about it. Like there, you couldn't really add like accessories or anything like that. There was no customization, which sucked. Like James said, it would have been awesome if they added voice actors for it, maps, etc. But nope. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Does the voice actor who voices Master Chief even do anything besides Master Chief? Is he like a DJ or something? I think we have enough arrowheads to pick something
Take
up.
a look. Oh, that's my last cobweb duster. Take that into someone's mind with you. Now with that, now here's something
yes.
every young sock. Alrighty then. What else can I do you for? Now with that, you can change the color of some of you. Now, you take that sock.
That's it for
dream
now.
fluffs. All right, go get more airheads and come on back. Support your local merchants.
Finally, I can pick stuff up without having to chase it around. Well, he was talking about like Alan Tudyk and Adam not a Baldwin Baldwin, who did voices in ODST. Okay, well, Adam Baldwin's cool. Yeah, he's not one of the Baldwin brothers. Funnily enough, I think one of the actual Baldwin brothers, William Baldwin, did the voice of Batman in... I forget which movie it was, but it was in one of the somewhat older animated movies. He was okay. I mean, he's no Kevin Conroy. But... Alan Tudyk. I can't remember what Alan Tudyk sounds like. Like, I know who he is, but I just can't remember his voice. I mostly remember him as the guy. He was like a pastor or something, and he was Anne's dad in Arrested Development. One of you guys is gonna say it, aren't you? One of you guys is gonna say who's Anne. Yeah. Well, no one can compare to Kevin Conroy. That's such a high bar. It's unfair. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I've actually heard like amateurs that sound a little bit like him and do a good job. You know what? Let me show you just because it was that good. Should I play this again, chat? Nah, I'm not gonna play it. And you can't expect God to do all the work. It's a really good one. If I can find it. Okay, I can't find it now. Someone did like a really good version of it. And I can't find it now, which is annoying. But so, did I have it in one of my playlists? Let me check real quick. Basically, somebody did the famous, this famous "We can't expect God to do all the work." Someone did that with an impression of Kevin Conroy years ago, and it was so well done that he really sounded like it could be Kevin Conroy doing it. But I can't find it. But I want to play it for you guys because it's just that good. Oh, still can't find it. I wonder if maybe he just removed it or something, but... Yeah, I think he might have privated the video or something, but that's too bad. But yeah, somebody did an impression of Batman and it was amazing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here, listen.
We can't expect God to do all the work.
I guess it's kind of hard to hear, but he does a really good job. Turn off the BGM for a second.
We can't expect God to do all the work.
Yeah, he also deep fried it, which makes it harder, but... Yeah, like, the guy does a really good job here.
We We can't expect God to do all the work.
But yeah. So also, we did finish our telekinesis training.
Did I just do that?
Well, definitely with my assistance.
I did not just do that.
We did.
I just moved shit with my mind.
Perhaps our connection has somehow awoken some abilities.
I just moved shit with my mind.
I just keep hearing I.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind!
I just destroyed a game studio with my freaking mind. Why this again fractured? Cause I still had it up. And so I'm like, hey, why not? Cause we did finish the training. Man, I don't know if any of you guys follow Short Fat Otaku, but he had a video on Forspoken, and it was pretty good. And the thumbnail, he changed Forspoken to say foreskin. Yeah, there you go, Sergey. Foreskin, yeah. And it's a pretty decent video too. It's like a half hour if you guys are ever looking for something to kill a half hour with. All right, so what do we need to do here? Things I gotta do. Okay, so I gotta get the cobweb duster and complete shot. Yeah, Sasha's training. You know what, let's do a little bit of dowsing.
I'm not picking up. Keep your mind and campgrounds clean, or else get a rake in your ear. Ranger Cruller. I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Must have picked up all the deep arrowheads. Alright, well, let's head down to the, this place. Boathouse. Oh, I climbed the tree. Launch the seagull.
Dogen!
Hey, it's Dogen.
Are you okay? I had the strangest machine-induced dream about you. TV? Well, first of all, Sasha 9 invited me down to his secret lab, and... TV?
Poor Dogen.
He's completely brainless. The dream was true. Dogen, don't worry. I know where your brains are. They're in... like this crazy dream thorn bush straitjacket tower place.
Hacky sack.
You go to the TV lounge. I'm on the case. I just need a little more advanced training to prepare. Oops.
Got a card. Ooh, and an arrowhead. Oh, I could have gone from back here. Great. Now I see it. Let me put the dowsing rod and see if we can find any arrowheads here. Nice. Only thing I'm going to mention, the Halo rifle looks sick in Helldivers 2. Nice. I didn't play a ton of Halo, so I don't remember it super well. Was it a very cool gun? The only weapons I really remember, and it functions the same way as the original. Nice.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Yeah, the only
Hello, children. I hope you're all having a happy and safe summer day here at Whispering Rock. I just wanted to tell you that we are having a party out here on the floating dock, and I'd love for you all to come. It's levitation training, baby, and it's fun, fun, fun. Just grab a canoe and come join the party.
I like Mia. Yeah, so the only weapons I remember are the sword, like that energy sword thing. That was really cool looking. So it's not her, Sergey, but I had the exact same, well, not exact same, but she really does remind me of Sofia Vergara. I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees that. It's not her, but it really does remind me of her. I mean, this game was made well before Modern Family, so... But yeah, I'm glad you see it too, Sergey.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
But yeah, I only remember from Halo that energy sword, the plasma pistol... Not much else. Oh, and I remember the basic pistol because I modded it to fire rockets. Come on, where's that last one?
Don't be late. Levitation class has already begun. Come on out to the floating dock before
Yeah, the
the
mods are
party
cool.
is over.
Oh yeah, so before the Master Chief Collection, I only ever played... Oh, nice. Before the Master Chief Collection, Sergey, I only ever played Halo 1, because that had that PC release. And yeah, I modded the heck out of it. Come on. Yeah, there we go. I wish earning money in real life were this easy.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
I think maybe we found everything there is to find here. In that case, guess it's time for levitation training. Actually,
Check it out, Admiral. I'm an oarsman, first class.
Hey, it looks like all those weeks in the canoe simulator really paid off.
Yes, sir, Admiral, sir.
Well, let's get you afloat. Finest of the fleet.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
That lake isn't as peaceful or as harmless as she looks. Now, don't take her out too far.
Oh, no, you don't. What's that round thing up on the dock?
That thing? Oh, man. Let me tell you about that thing.
oh yeah, I remember the diving helmet.
None of your stinking business!
Hey! Let me down! Let me down!
Oopsie daisy! Oh, that was a fatal mistake! I hope you have a will! Oh, that was a fatal mistake! Hey! Oh no, No, you don't. Oh, that was a fatal mistake. I hope you have
Yeah, I like bullying Bobby Zilch. He deserves it. Also, I never did see what's down this pathway here.
Mental cobwebs getting you down. I've got just the device up here in the main large store. Why don't you come on up and score yourself a cobweb duster before they're
Oh, okay. I
all
think you need to
sold out?
levitate to get there.
Hey, Elton, have you heard anything else about that thing in the lake?
Huh? Oh, not really. The fish are kind of going crazy about Bobby and Benny over there torturing anything that swims too close. Oh, somebody should do something.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I could go talk to them.
I already talked to him. Doesn't seem like he did anything.
Me.
I guess I can try again.
You've got the best ideas! What are the chances that if I ask nicely, you two will stop messing with those poor fish?
About as good as the chance that if you say one more freaking word to me about fish, the fire department's gonna have to jaws of life my fist out of your mouth!
So wait, does that mean you will?
I will punch you. That's what that means.
I am the hideous, hulking lungfish of Lake Oblongata. I can breathe air and love to eat the brains of little boys.
Don't make me go get my fish friend again.
I ain't afraid of no lungfish. Come on and get me, stupid lungfish. Ooh, look at me. I can breathe. Big deal. So can I.
Oh, I still can't get past him.
Oh, that was a fatal mistake. I hope you have a will.
Paddle forward. Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay, so I
On
can't
sale now
actually...
in the main store, we have a special on Dream Fluffs. You hear me? Dream Fluffs. They're good for you. Keep a pocket full of these for a quick boost of mental health.
I kind of want to... Is there anywhere else I can check out, though, before we get into the training? Doesn't look like it. Oh, wait, maybe I can... Nope, it's all roped off. Man. Alright, well, let's get to it then, I guess. Although, if I can, like, dock here or something. Nope, guess not.
There she is.
And there you are, darling. Don't worry, I got in contact with your father and he's going to be here tomorrow to pick you up.
My father?
Oh, gotta go. The race is starting.
Lily!
Oh, hey Raz. Listen, I made you something. It's kind of stupid, but...
They stole Dogen's brains!
No, he's just like that.
I had a nightmare where this mad scientist guy said he was gonna take them out, and...
Was it a creepy-looking freak with a shower cap and a stainless steel three-pronged claw?
Hey, that's my nightmare.
So it's not just me.
But how? And why all the meat?
I don't know, but I think it's time I find out where this is coming from. Let's rendezvous tonight at the old boathouse for debriefing.
This is so cool!
Yeah! It feels like that time in True Psychic Tales 314 where... Shut up!
Oh man, these guys are all getting advanced levitation training while I'm just standing here.
See, since they're kids, chat, I can't really comment some of the things I really want to comment.
Agent Vodello? I have been ordered to report here for levitation training. I've already done the coach's obstacle course, and Sasha showed me how to shoot.
You know, I'd expect that sort of recklessness from Orso, but Sasha?
Agent 9 said you were the most powerful levitator the Psychonauts had.
Sasha said that? Really? I didn't know he noticed.
Well, you know, I only work with the best teachers.
Flirt? Okay, let's party.
Yeah, exactly, Sergey. You gotta be careful. But yeah, she really does remind me of Sofia Vergara for some reason.
Look who made the scene.
Agent Vodello? Where are you?
On TV, of course. Where I was always meant to be. I mean, look at my hair, darling. How can hair this fabulous not be on TV? Now, darling, the best way to learn levitation is to just try it. I'm going to give you a levitation learner's permit. It will only work while you're in my mind. After you finish my course, I'll give you the real thing, baby. First, you gotta show me you know how to use it.
Levitate these nuts.
Now bounce on up here and follow me, darling. There you go.
Okay, now anything I break, stuff comes right to me. I love having that merit badge.
Now for this last one, you're really gonna have to fly.
Sorry,
Once
what?
you get up in the air, try using your thoughts as a balloon to float. Just jump for those rings as high as you can and then do your side float. Don't be afraid, darling.
You're sounding like a current year school teacher. Wait, what did she say, Fractured? What did she say that sounded like a current year teacher? Oh, a little innuendo. Some of the stuff she says does sound a little bit like that. Yeah, I don't know what specifically she said. No, and that's high enough.
Outstanding! Okay, now, just between you and me, this end of the party is dead. Come find me on the other side of the party, and I'll give you that merit badge for real. Never keep a girl waiting long, young man.
Yeah, I kind of see it, Fractured. But I mean, let's face it, she's not really like the current year school teachers, because I mean, you know what they look like.
Stay on the ball in here, Rasputin, if you want to get higher. And see if you can get all those rings spinning, Mr. DJ.
There we go.
Woohoo! You are the sugar in my bowl, darling. Now just follow the flowers, won't you? And try to stay rolling at all times. That is the theme of this party. Now, I'm not saying that you will fall, but if you ever did, I'll put a ball return down here for you. Just jump in there if you need to come back up here in a hurry. Darling, float over here, will you? These rings aren't spinning and they are ruining my party. Remember to use your Psy float. I'm not saying it won't ever let you down, but it will let you down nice and slow.
Let me do this, because I think I saw a figment I missed, but... Not, oh, there it was. It's hard to see from up here. Oh. And there we go. I did hear a crying bag. I didn't see it.
Hey, wanna dance?
No thanks, Raz.
Hey, will you teach me how to dance?
Come on, dance, baby.
Hey, wanna dance?
Yay! I already am! Come join us!
There we go, we got the bag.
Hey, wanna dance?
Hey, sure! We're all dancing!
Oh yeah, I gotta go to the rings. That. There.
Thank you, sweetie. I feel so much better now. Come on, let's take it a little higher now. Ooh, look at the crowd. Things are starting to... See that draft up above, darling? Jump into it and float and see where it takes you.
Let's see. Alright, let's see where this thing takes me. Nice. Along the ladder. Anyone else here in the Snake Eater theme? Uh-oh, sensors.
Watch it!
Let's get up on the edge here and just start breaking stuff. See if we can get some arrowheads. Those are very useful. Some figments. Other stuff. Emotional baggage. There we go. On the other side, shouldn't be too hard. There we go. I didn't know the pillows were destructible. I've been missing out on money all this time. Oh. Swimmers. So it's just a pillow. Alright, now I can move on. Grind through all of these. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, bag. Nice. Alright, I think we got everything here. Let's hop on this doohickey when it comes back. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. I missed that one. Heck, am I not getting the butterfly thing? There we go. Lost Soul Aside demo comes up to him. Sergey,
Ow! I know
the
you
game is
didn't
already
just
out.
do that.
I already have the game, Sergey. I actually pre-ordered it back in like May. Yeah. Either it's already out or it's coming out at some point today. Like I redeemed my key already, so. Yeah, I'm excited for that game, but usually with new games, like I would have bought that game no matter what, which is the only. I only pre-order games if I like knew, if I know I'm gonna play no matter what. Did it really come out? Oh, let me check. Lost Soul Aside, August 28th. Says the game unlocks in approximately 1 hour. So that's what I'm getting here. I can look it up. Let's see. Lost Soul Aside, Steam. Yeah, here you go. Coming August 28th. That's today. So game plans to unlock in approximately 1 hour. You probably wait for reviews, play the demo because you're skeptical. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have bought this game no matter what. So I already picked it up. Like I ordered it like months ago, so I already redeemed my key. So I can preload it if I want to, but I'm probably gonna play. I'll probably wait a couple weeks just for, you know, any bug fixes and things like that. Plus, I'm still in the middle of Tales of Arise, so. Alright, let's see. Anything else? No, nothing else here. Yeah, exactly. Back to Psychonaught's nuts. That. He has adventures. He and Sasha are pretty close. Oh, I have to climb. Okay, well, that works.
When you are levitating, you are also protected from all sorts of icky things. But some things, like those spikes, those are always bad news, whether you are levitating or not. So watch out!
But not water.
That shouldn't be happening. Darling, do you have some problems with water? Do you want to talk about it?
It's a long story. Maybe later.
Okay, I'm always here for you, darling. Let me just say that it's very normal for boys your age.
I don't think that's very normal. Nice ball return. Where am I supposed to go? This thing? supposed to do this thing? Or... Nice. Oh, okay, I just bypassed whatever I was supposed to fight.
Okay, it's time to see how fast you are, darling. Ready? Get set, go!
Let me save this. Just in case. Because if I lose, I don't want to lose to Bobby Zilch.
Go, baby, go!
I think I took a good path here. Hey. Go in front. Don't want to get cocky. Oh, he's catching up. He's catching up, chat. Gotta hurry. Oh no, he's ahead of me. He's ahead of me. Gotta hurry. I gotta hurry. Dang it.
Woo!
Okay, I gotta reset the race. I ain't losing to that guy.
Okay, it's time to see how fast. Ready? Get
I ain't
set,
losing to a piece of celery.
go, baby, go!
Broccoli or whatever his head is. Ain't losing to a kid with a head of broccoli. No, but he's getting close. I think he's getting ahead of me. He's ahead of me. Neck and neck. Dang it.
Oh, darling, you looked good. But sometimes...
Yeah, we're gonna load. So I'm not losing to Bobby Zilch.
Okay, get set, go, baby, go!
Should bypass that. Yeah, it seems like I should have been bypassing the fancy route. It's always neck and neck. Hey, we did it.
You did it! You're
Finally.
quick like greasy lightning. I'm so proud of you, darling. You're so fast, you'll be at my party in no time, eh? Okay, if you want to get up to where the action is, you're going to have to do a lot of floating in this room, baby. Good thing you're so light on your feet.
So we'll do a bunch of floating in this one. Let's at least collect some figments and stuff before we run around and do that. There we go.
If you float in some areas, you might get a little more oomph than usual.
Alright, cool. I think we turned on the fan.
Now you're going to have to use your Psy-float again to get those rings spinning.
Here's the last one. I need whatever that is. Nice. Got more side blast ammo. I got up any further? Anything else up here? Nope. I think we're good. Yes. Nice. This stuff. Got some figments. Let's grab those. Huh. Okay.
mosh pit, frat boy. Jerk. Oh no, you didn't just try to touch me while I'm dancing. Whoa! Man, the bouncers here suck. Jerk. I know you didn't just do that.
Nope, not gonna blow my high, man. I'm in my groove place.
You may hate me, but I'm making money.
Oh, total buzzkill.
Nope, not gonna blow my high, man.
Hey,
I'm in
what
my
are you
groove
doing?
place.
I was in the middle of something serious there.
This side here.
Oh, hey, total what are you buzzkill. doing? I know you didn't just jerk. Hey, this ain't the mosh pit, frat jerk. Oh no, you didn't just try to touch me while I'm dancing. Oh no, you didn't just try to touch me while I'm dancing. Whoa, hey, what are you doing? I was in the middle of something serious there.
Nope, not gonna blow my high, man. I'm in my groove place.
Right, we're done with that.
Who's that I see? It's Rasputin, the rolling rock star, in the flesh! And just in time, the party was dying without you, darling. Here, I have a little party favor for you.
Nice.
So cute. Don't be a stranger, darling.
Thank you, Agent Vodello. Now it's back to the lab to save Dogen.
Dogen's not in the lab, sweetie. He's watching TV in the lodge with the other children.
I meant the dream Dogen from my brain tumbler vision. If I can find out what's happening to him, maybe that would give me a clue about who stole real Dogen's brain.
Oh, I'm afraid he's just like that.
Like how everyone says that. Let's get back to the camp store, I think.
Where would you like?
Drop me a...
Oh.
Now I can move a little faster.
Okay, that's funny. Now put me down.
Hey, any...
Whoa, that's my last. Now with that, you can change the color of some of. Now, you take now with that, you can change the color. Ah, doesn't look like you've got the rank you need there, kiddo. And there's no excuse for that. Plenty of ways to get promoted around here. Collecting mental figment. Alrighty then. What else can I do you for?
That's it for now.
All right, go get more airheads and come on back. Support your local merchants.
9 cards. I need one more card. find more cards. Gotta be another card around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find one more card, so I can up that level. Hardest time to find stuff like this is always when you just like need one more. There's one. Come on, let's get up there. Nice. Ooh, there's a couple of them. Oh, here's an egg, chat. Got an egg. I don't know what to do with it, but I got it. Quite a few arrowheads. No reason not to grab them.
Here, pretty bird.
Another card up there, and then we'll go see.
Here, birdie, birdie.
Nice. There's something. So there's a lot of stuff over here.
Mental cobwebs getting you down. I've got just the device up here in the main large store. Why don't you come on up and score yourself a cobweb duster before they're all sold out?
See, now I'm finding tons of cards. Like when I just wanted the one, it's really hard to find it. Oh, I guess I didn't have enough. Maybe it did. I don't know. Anyway, we find... Where's that secret entrance? Oh, here we go. There's another card up here. Can I get to it? I think I can. Oh, there's a ladder. Nice. Where does this take me anyway? Here? Alright, let's get back to that hollowed out tree stump.
Where would... Let's... Yes?
Alright, let's go see Ford, rank up, and then buy that thing. Nice. I think I might still have You know what? I might actually be able to rank up again. You know what? Let me do that. Let me run to the camp store really quick. If I can find the exit.
Where would...
Drop me outside.
Oh.
Alright, so let's do this. Let's grab another psi marker first. Or psi core, I mean. And since we already ranked up, we can grab the,
Oh, that's my Now with that,
this thing.
you can change the color of some of your psi powers. Like your excellent choice. What else can I do you for? Now, you take that psi... Alrighty then. What else can I do you for?
That's it for now.
Alright. Go.
Choose the bacon.
Bacon. Hey, looks like you're ready to take on a new psychic power. Ready to come back and get your new merit badge?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Go get more airheads and come on back.
Oh, I didn't realize he just teleported.
In recognition of your hard work, dedication, and mental agility, I'm proud to bestow upon you the official merit badge for invisibility.
I can turn invisible now.
Okay, let's play a game. Look out, another sensor. Oh no, you're out of ammo.
No, I'm not.
You
Yeah, the
are
fanfare.
now. Here are the rules. Take this guy out, but if he sees you at all, you lose. Go get him. Careful now. Hey, where'd he go?
Nice.
Oh, well done. That's the power of invisibility. I think I've heard the kids around camp refer to this technique as silent but deadly.
Right, so let's get out of here.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, he must be in the TV room then. Alright. Let's get out of here.
Where?
I think we need to go to
Agent
Agent
9's
9's
lab,
lab.
please. With pleasure.
Oh, right, I wanted to change the color.
There's that smell again.
Can I change the color of my levitation ball?
Like, say, to what?
Let's do blue.
Okay.
Hope that makes you feel pretty.
Nothing more to report at this time.
Crawl her out.
That looks better.
Okay. I'm a certified levitator now. Ready to roll.
I've been running some tests. It seems that the sensitive circuitry of the brain tumbler is picking up too much psychic interference to be safe. The thoughts of some other entity are interlacing with yours at a dangerous level, which explains many of the strange things you've seen. I must call off the experiments until we know more.
Sasha, there's no time. I think my vision about Dogen came true. I'm worried it's gonna happen to the others if we don't get to the bottom of this quick.
But we don't know where the foreign projections are coming from yet.
Is there a faster way to find out than sending me in there to investigate?
That sure knows how to make a convincing argument. Rain tumbler experiment. There we go. Oh. I'll go all the way back. I do enjoy collecting arrowheads. Here we go.
Why are you screaming? All right, I remember. Oh, good boy. There's that pesky brain. Here's a tissue. Now, don't you feel better, my dear lad? TV? Of course! Right here! And this bad tooth, we'll just drop it in the old garbage chute. Now don't chew solid foods for 6 hours! Lily!
TV!
Follow Dogen's brain down the chute? Alright. What is this weird place? Oh, here we go. Let me save just to be safe here. I'm supposed to hit that. Just to it. The tank is an allegory for central banking.
Man, I am so smart.
There
Soft
we go.
gelatinous
Finally
underbelly?
got it.
Here I come.
Tank is an allegory for central banking and how youth players should destroy it. It's art, really well. I don't know if that's intentional, considering what Tim Schafer's like, but you know what? I can see it, Fallen Angel. Alright. Almost done. Well, of course. Power run out, or? Oh yeah, power's cooled down. I didn't realize that. Alright, this is getting kind of annoying with all the finally. Sheesh. Yeah, well, of course we have to follow God's chosen programmer, Fallen Angel. Terry was a genius.
Watch it.
640 by 480.
Can't get a good grip. Confusion. Grenade.
This or something? Oh, come on. Do I fight that? Okay, I set it on fire? I just cannot hit this thing at all. Yeesh. Have you heard the Terry Davis bird quote? It's actually pretty deep. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it. I can never remember the full thing, but yeah. He's talking about how the bird just does the best it can with its limited perspective.
Wait a minute.
Rasputin, I'm sorry. I had to abort the experiment. Something unbelievably urgent has come up and I must leave immediately.
I know! You'll never believe—
Hold that thought. In a rush. Official Psychonauts business.
Wait! So is this! Official Psychonaut, eh? You forgot your—
Hey, that white room.
I know. It's from Oleander's mind. I think I was in the coach's dream that whole time. Ever since I stepped through the static in the caravan, it felt funny. I knew I wasn't obsessed with meat.
But Maury is. And was stealing psychic brains to arm a fleet of deadly tanks, apparently.
I've got to tell Lily. She's waiting for me down by the boathouse.
Down by the water? Uh-oh. Better hurry.
Let's use this thing.
Where would you...
It's time to go...
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's go meet Lily. You posted it for anyone who doesn't know it? In the Discord, I assume. Melee Discord.
Bobby! Uh-oh. Look, I can explain. TV. Jeez, it sounds like you caught a bad cold.
Maybe. But listen. I traced the psychic interference back to Coach Oleander's radio. He's been broadcasting his insane plot all over camp in his sleep.
So he's really kidnapping children and stealing their brains to make weapons.
Yes! Isn't that great?
What? How is that great?
Because this is an honest-to-goodness psychic emergency.
And Sasha's not here. He left on some official Psychonauts business.
Mia left a note saying the same thing.
Lily, a deranged madman is building an army of psychic death tanks to take over the world. And there's no one who can stop him, except for you and me.
Oh my god! Let's make out!
What?
Sorry, I'm just so excited. Since you showed up, Raz, things are so much more exciting. Sinister death plots, mad scientists, hideous monsters.
Make out?
How long have I ignored what this camp had to offer? Everything's new to me now thanks to you. I mean, look at this flower.
You mean like kiss?
How many years have I been coming here and I've never even noticed a cool flower like this before? Oh no! You didn't just hit my boyfriend!
Lily!
Let's get him!
I can't swim.
Well, then use the bathysphere at the end of the dock. Quick! While the flipper prints are still glowing.
Are you coming? I don't know how to drive that thing.
I can't. I have to check on the other children. Yes. If the brains are out, they'll need supervision and possibly refrigeration. And how can you not know how to operate a bathysphere? Haven't you ever been to summer camp before? Now get a move on before that girl gets overly digested.
So we just float over now. It's interesting, there's like a little air pocket. Right, you know what, chat? I think we've hit a good stopping point here. So I think we're gonna wrap up for today. Let me save here. Yeah, so I think we're gonna wrap up for today. So hopefully you had a good time with that. back to this. All right. Well, chat, I hope you enjoyed some of the reacting, some of the topics today. I hope you had a good time with Psychonauts. It's always a blast having you guys here. Yeah. Well, let's wrap up. Oh, before I end the stream here, gotta say this.
Oh, and one more thing, fucker. Before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe.
But yeah, it was a fun stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Always appreciate you. Fallen Angel, remember, stay racist. All right. Sergey, I don't know if you're back yet, but yeah, if you are, thanks for being here. And yeah, it was a great stream. Hopefully we'll see you guys again next week. And yeah, that's it for today. See you soon.